Yo. What's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome back to another California Smash. Thank you so much, Shamsa, with the California Smash. Let's go. Thank you so much, Shamsa, with the big 3-0. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like always, Shamsa showing the huge support. Thank you so much, Shamsa. Thank you for the $30 holla. I do appreciate you, Shamsa. Really, I really do. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 30. We got a lot to talk about today, Shamsa. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Shamsa fam if they're watching as well. Shout outs to everybody here in the Elite Ninja Village. You guys are awesome. You guys really support the show. You guys have been amazing, man. Like, I have so many different things to talk about, man. Like, I think like this weekend or something like that, or this, we're gonna do a sponsored stream on Saturday for my man Dior. He's got a No More Heroes. But man, I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about in terms of like goals and different things like for like next year, man. Like, I'm super excited, but at the same time, I'm like super, you know, I'm like, I don't know. I'm always having this feeling that I should be doing better. And I'm always having, no matter how good I do, no matter what I try or no matter what I do, I always feel, not because of other people, not because of sub counts or because anything, just because of, just personally, like there's always a drive no matter what. I remember when I first started YouTube, I was like, yo, you know how hype it would be if I got to 10,000 subscribers? Like, that was like my thing, you know, it was like, you know how hype it would be if I got to 10,000 subscribers? And then when I hit 10,000, I was like, you know how hype it would be if I ever got to like 40,000 or 50,000 subscribers? So there's always like a drive to do better. And you guys being here, whether it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 people, 200 people, whatever we get, you guys always motivate me to keep on doing more. So, and you know, you guys' support has been nuts. So thank you guys so much, Shamsa. Thank you for the $30. Thank you for the support for all these years. I really do appreciate that. It really does make me happy. So thank you so much for supporting the stream. It does help out. Every bit does. So thank you. Got your name up on this top stream board. Let's get into some ninja news, guys, right? So we had a new video on the channel, and I'm pretty sure you guys did not get notifications because a lot of you guys have been digging like the Sephiroth content, like the Sephiroth talk and stuff like that. And like this, it's doing a little bit better now in the video. I think it's my 8 out of 10 of my last 10 videos. So you guys have been digging the Sephiroth stuff, but I guess this one I don't think got filtered to you guys because of how many notifications we had yesterday. We had one notification for the normal morning. Then we had the stream notification. And then we also had the Among Us notification. So by 4:30 that morning, obviously, you know, that might have been a little bit too much. So I think some people just didn't get the video in their sub feed, which is okay. It happens when you put out multiple videos. So let's go ahead and let's get into some more ninja news. We had a video this morning on Sephiroth, what makes him the perfect pick. You know, I thought it was a pretty cool, good edited video with classic footage of Final Fantasy VII, good scenes, good editing, good quality from the most part. So check out that video if you haven't done so, especially if you're a Final Fantasy fan. Check it out. I thought it was pretty cool. Tomorrow morning, we will have a big Switch video. So I have it written down what I'm going to be doing for tomorrow morning. So you guys make sure you check that out. Or tomorrow afternoon if you're, you know, somewhere else. And also we have the Sephiroth presentation that goes down at 2 p.m. PT. That is 5 p.m. Eastern time. So what we're going to do is that we're probably going to start the stream like we normally start the stream. And then we'll just head right into it, right? So we'll start the stream up. It's going to be 2 hours, about 2 hours before the show starts. And then we'll roll right into it. We're not going to do 2 separate notifications. And then I'll clip my whole reaction to the Sephiroth presentation. And then that will be up on the channel as a separate video. So if you guys want to see that separately outside, if you can't make it for the whole thing or whatever the case is. So we got some good content coming for you guys tomorrow as well. Working, like I said, working on a big video for tonight. I'll be spending my time doing that. And then I will also be spending quite a number of time, you know, kind of rethinking. I'm still thinking about like the channel banner for 2021. The revamp for the channel. I'm still thinking about my new design for my room. I mean, there's just a lot on the plate. And like, I'll be completely honest. And like I said, I'm not a politics guy, you know, or anything like that. But like we just need the transition to happen because like Like the problem is that my wife being held up where she lives is no bueno, you know, and it's kind of holding back other things. So once the new transition comes in, the ban that's on my wife coming here will be lifted. So that's just kind of holding up everything because I have to move rooms because my wife is going to be doing her stuff inside this room and I'm going back to my old room and I want to get that one ready. But if my wife can't come here because the current administration banned people from Nigeria coming here, then it creates problems. So right now that's kind of holding things up. So I'm just kind of saying, can we just hurry up and get to January so that can be, you know, that can be thrown out and I can get my wife here and we can just do like, you know, so I can do everything. So that's, I mean, if you guys want to know what's the holdup on those things, it's kind of like that right now. You know, it's like just not getting her over here, looking at trying to plan that out. There's just like a lot of stuff, you know. So yeah, I just really want the transition to happen so that ban can be lifted. It'd be very nice to be able to see my wife, you know. It's been 2 years. So yeah. So that's that. Let's see what else do we have here. I think other ninja news. Yes, Elite Ninja stuff. Elite Ninja stuff. So we have 304. So we did get like somebody membered up at some point. I don't see it here. We had 304 yesterday. Never mind. We're trying to get the 310 guys. So if you want to become an Elite Ninja, then definitely become an Elite Ninja. We get into our Discord. We got Super Smash Brothers. We have the new lobby system, guys. I will be revamping all of the Elite Ninja stuff. We will be revamping all of that, okay? So it's not gonna be like the 5 games and all that. It's just gonna be like you get into the lobby, then you get to play a couple games, and then we'll do it by like skill level. You know, if you're good skill level, hop into the lobby. We'll do it by skill level, and we'll do it by you know, priority system, right? So priority system and skill level. We'll get lobbies going for some people, play some matches, then we'll get the next round of people in. Just because I can't be spending like, you know, 4, 5, 6 hours playing Smash, you know, anymore. Unfortunately, I can't spend that amount of time because that's how long it takes for me to go through everybody. So if you're still a higher tier, you will get to be able to, or you will be able to get into my lobbies first. So like, let's say for example, I know Party Man, you know, you're a higher tier, you'll get in first. You know, guys that are Hokages, Ambu, you guys will get priority access to the lobbies first. So that's going to be the new thing here, and then everybody else can kind of hop in. And of course, you can get extra games in if we don't have enough, because we're gonna do probably 4 or 5 people lobbies. So if we need some extra people, and if you're a higher tier, you can hop back in and get some more games in like a separate, you know, grouping based on how many people we have. So if there's only like 7 people that want to play, okay, well we got 2 groups, we're good, you know. So we'll do it that way. Yeah, it takes a really long time to get everybody in, and that's not even for that many people. That's for like, I'll play like 11 people. Well, 11 times, you know, 60. It's like 60 individual games, right, or something like that, or 11 times whatever. So it ends up taking a very long time, and then you times it by the minutes, how people play. Obviously, some people more sit back, some people camp a little bit more, some people are more aggressive. So sometimes games go by fast, sometimes games don't. That's why you see me kind of pushing sometimes. Like, I don't play as lame as maybe I should play. It's just because I'm like, okay, like I can't be sitting here and, you know, and playing to win every single time that I play, you know. Otherwise, the games are gonna just take forever. You know, I'll just do crazy stuff off stage and all that, you know. So yeah. All right, so that's that with Ninja News, guys. So if you want to play with Sephiroth tomorrow, or not tomorrow, if you want to play with Sephiroth, play against me, play against the Elite Ninja Village, then you will be able to do so. All right, so let's go and get into shout-outs. If you're here in the chat, feel free to say hi. I'll be more than happy to say hi back to all my lovely people here. Once again, shout-outs to, for those who don't know, Sham says EV445 in the chat. So what's up? What's up, Evie? Welcome to the stream. One thing at a time. Yes, sir, one thing at a time. Trust me, I organize everything one thing at a time. However, you have to be able to plan things out. You know, you have to be able to plan things out, and you know, right now we're getting held up. We're getting held up by the press. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, he will be out. He will be out, so now I can actually see my wife. So that'd be great, and see my family again. My family can't come here either, by the way. No, they're not issuing any new visas. So like, I can't see my grandma, or I can't see, you know, anybody else that wants to come here because they're all banned. So that's unfortunate. But it's okay. things are changing. Let's see here. Prince Pendarvis, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Madness Arcade, what is good, man? Welcome. A lot of hate yesterday on the game because people were surprised Among Us used Switch Online. People were surprised that it used them. Well, it shot up to #1 on the eShop, so people can complain all they want to. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to play. But if they're mad, they can play the mobile version or they can play the PC version. So another W in my Compile Hearts porting the game to Switch. Oh, another W in my Compile Heart porting their game to Switch. Poor Gamatsu users can't catch a break. Compile Hearts, their games are so niche. Only a Gamatsu user would be upset at that game being ported over. I did not see the news that the Compile Hearts is porting over. What game is it? Are they porting over? Panda's Gaming Den. Thank you so much. I do love this world because you are in it. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, for those who don't know, we are also on Twitch. We hit 7,000 followers on Twitch. Yo, let's go. Let's go. 7,000, and that's not even like my main platform. Yo, so thank you guys so much for watching on Twitch too. Twitch boys and girls. Showing mad love, dude. Showing mad love on Twitch, dude. 7,000. I know that's not a lot compared to some people that got like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, but that's pretty good for me. So I'll take it. So thank you guys so much. If you're on Twitch or if you like Twitch and you want to support the channel, obviously Twitch Primes help out tier 1s, tier 2s, whatever the case is. So those also help. I'm going to work on a way to get Twitch people more involved also with these Smash lobbies and stuff like that. So yeah. So if you do want to play and you got Twitch Prime, and let's say you can't do an Elite Ninja stuff, you can't afford it, whatever the case is, you can do Twitch and also get in on our lobbies. I am opening that up for Twitch people as well, because now that we have the new lobby system, there might be some days we might not be able to get in, but it does get you access to the lobbies. At least it gets you access, so yeah. What's up, pandas? Thank you for the Twitch Prime, bro. Let's see here. Twitch be having more trolls though. Twitch definitely has more trolls, but I'll still take. There's always good people. It's a yin and a yang, Nathan. Like YouTube has a lot of trolls and stupid people too. But it's a yin and a yang. You'll take the good and you'll take the bad. I'll take it all, I like to see more of good in people than bad. So, 7,000 followers. We get good. We don't get great viewer numbers on Twitch or anything, but it's good enough. I'll take it. I'd rather have some people watching than no people watching. There's a lot of depressing streams, that I see. Like, I have some personal friends of mine, IRL friends that, like, they stream and I'm watching their streams. And they have, like, 3 people watching or, like, 2 people watching or, like, 1 person watching, just me. So the fact that I can even have the amount of people watching that watch me, I'm blessed, I'm thankful. But I always want to do better, of course, But yeah, there's trolls, but hey, I'll take it. It comes with the job, All right, let's keep it going here, guys. Shout outs, Flip999, howdy OJ, what's up, Flip? Welcome to the stream. Michael Looper, what's up? Madness Arcade, Jonathan B, what's up, man? Welcome. SG, what's good, man? Let's see here. Logo Dragon, what's up, man? We haven't talked about Tales of Arise. We'll get to it. But remember, guys, everything that's in the topic, everything that's in the title, it is a roundtable discussion. So you guys can bring up whatever, and whenever I get to it, I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. If 2 people watch me stream, it would be I'd be confused and overwhelmed. Nah, you'll get there, bro. You just got to be consistent. Fairy Tiger, what's good? JNC Gaming, what's up? Frank R, the village keeps growing strong. Yeah, man, we got the Elite Ninja Village here. We got the Fire Nation over there, man. Shout outs. Distorted Emerald, thank you for the follow over there in the Fire Nation. Appreciate that. Welcome. I think we started the year on Twitch. We started the year with like 3,000 followers. So we got about a good 4K for this year on Twitch. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If I ever focus completely on it, I bet we could like blow up like huge on Twitch. Like if I ever completely focused on there, but that's just, I have too much of a base here on YouTube. I can't do that to you guys. A lot of you guys hate Twitch, so. Let's see here. I'd have to pretty much get like almost a whole new audience. Sharon Apple, Merry Christmas. Welcome to the stream. DJ King, what's good? Gunmetal Otaku, what's up, man? Welcome. Let's see here. Bryson Warden, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Fairy Tiger, Party Man, the Bodyguard, of course. VC, VSips, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, VC. All right, Monado Mario, what's up, man? Welcome. Let's see here. Bead Queen is here. The Armchair, what's good, man? Elias is here as well. What's up? Pendarvis, Sushi Man, what's up? Frank R. Roundtable showing up. Klooper Prez. Hey, what's up, homie? Klooper Prez is here. Welcome to the stream, man. Javier, what's up, man? The realest streamer. Yo, I appreciate that. Yo, Layers of Onions TV with the raid of 2. Thank you so much, Layers of Onion, for the raid. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Let's see here. Hey, Slurpee, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I used to love Slurpees back in the day, man. From 7-Eleven, those were like the greatest things ever. Victor Emerald, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. All right. J2 Blue. Dior Wilson, shout outs to the OGs, people coming through to the stream. I appreciate you guys. Shout outs to all the PRI, shout outs to all the badge members as well. Everybody that's got a badge by their name, thank you guys so much for supporting the stream for as long as you have, man. I see a lot of Sharingans, a lot of Makaku Sharingans, a lot of Renengans, a lot of PRIs. See a number of PRIs here, so thank you guys so much, man. It means the world to me. Brandy, what's up, man? Welcome. How you doing today? Yeah, I already played Cyberpunk. I don't really like it too much. All right, let's see here. Let's get into the first topic, though, boys and girls. So there's this game called Devotion. It is a Taiwanese game, and apparently Devotion is going to be removed. It was removed from Steam, and now Devotion, it's a horror game, and now it's going to be removed from GOG. Apparently it was supposed to drop on December 18th, so that's this week, but GOG has reversed their decision to put the game on Good Old Games. That's from CD Projekt Red. They've reversed it. So here's the update. So GOG has published a tweet reversing the decision to list Devotion. It said earlier today it was announced that the game Devotion is coming to GOG. After receiving many messages from gamers, we have decided not to list the game in our store. So here's the problem with the game. At least here's the reason why the game is having all this controversy in the first place. And of course, you guys know it involves China. So the first-person psychological horror game Devotion, which first launched for the PC via Steam in February 2019, but was removed that same month due to a controversial reference to Chinese president, I think it's Jinping, will return via GOG on December 18th. Well, that's not happening. So I guess the reference was due to Winnie the Pooh or something like that. Like they compared him to, it was like a rap, like him and Winnie the Pooh or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It was something kind of corny, right? Something kind of weird. And it's from developer is Red Candle Games. So I don't even know how you're gonna. So is there any way to even play this game? If you've already, like, can you buy it direct from their website or something like that? So I mean, I guess that's the only controversial thing in the game, unless you guys have some more thoughts on this. Like, is there any other controversies with this game outside of comparing the Chinese president to Winnie the Pooh? So yeah, man. Hey, thanks, Layers of Onion. I appreciate that. Xi Jinping, is that how you pronounce the Chinese president? Xi Jinping? Okay, Xi Jinping. All right, yeah, Winnie the Pooh. All right. Winnie needs more honey. He's hangry. Let's see. Oh, the music's a little bit too loud? Okay, my bad, guys. Oh, yeah, the music was a little bit too loud. Sorry about that. So, for those who didn't hear me because of the music, essentially, there's this game called Devotion. And the game Devotion, it's there was a reference to Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping, who's the Chinese president. And they compared him to Winnie the Pooh. That's the reason why people were upset. Apparently people were messaging them, you know, with that. So I mean, or gamers, but I didn't see a lot of gamers messaging them. Like I don't know who was messaging them. I didn't see a lot of people getting really upset about this. So I mean, I don't really know, man. I don't really know. It seems like China was like, oh, okay, you want to talk about us like that? All right, you want to talk about us like that? Let's see. We're gonna pull a couple strings here and there, because you guys all know, like, China, they censor a lot of stuff. Obviously, you're not allowed to say what you want. Like, there's a lot of issues when it comes down to China, you know, and like stuff like this, right? So yeah, I think that's kind of what happened. I don't know if gamers were really saying anything. I mean, I bet some were, let's not act like there wasn't any. There's probably some people that are like, oh yeah, this isn't a good idea, blah blah blah, we don't like it, whatever, you know, because like they're like, it's all about like respect or something like that, right? Or just you can't say certain things or you can't do certain things. But you know, it seems like, definitely seems like there's some money or some stuff that there was more politics and stuff involved than people like to sit there and say, oh, just gamers were saying it. Nah, I think there was some other stuff that happened. Let's see here. Nah, I haven't tried Among Us on Switch, not yet. The developer of Skateboard, Megan Fox, decided to pull the game GOG and Slaughter as well. The developer of Skateboard, Megan Fox, okay, decided to pull the game from GOG and Slaughter as well. The developer Devotion made the game Detention, which is on Switch and Steam and GOG, I still believe. Okay, it was only a small Easter egg that ridiculed the China president, which is ridiculous. Okay, it's just a small Easter egg. Oh, so it's not even anything. It's not even like a gameplay mechanic or anything like that. Man, like they're taking out the game because of a little small Easter egg. They take it as slander against him, you know, and it was a joke a few years back. It doesn't even seem that bad. It doesn't even seem like it's that crazy. You know, Winnie the Pooh's banned in China because the jokes about the president and Winnie. It was likely Chinese bots. Yeah, probably, bro. Probably. Probably. Let's see here. Milkface Guy says they made fun of a dictator. How dare they? Well, I mean, that's dangerous when you do that, right? People get, like I said, China, man, they're always uptight about some stuff, bro. Like they're all like China, like, I mean, like I said, they're super uptight about things, right? Like it's you know, it's a country that has a lot of rules and regulations with the government and like how they regulate people and stuff, and like they don't like jokes. Jokes aren't funny when they make jokes about them. Like, you can't joke about the government. If you do, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're in trouble and stuff like that. So that's the reason for the controversy. They assume to be the message from us gamers as a scapegoat. Oh yeah, that's definitely a scapegoat, Bryson Warden. It's definitely a scapegoat for sure. It's for sure a scapegoat. Let's see, plot twist. What if it's a Chinese gamers? Does Xi Jinping play Overwatch or StarCraft? Okay. Let's see here. And the controversy isn't new. It is a controversy that was already 2 years ago. Okay. Well, they don't care when they don't care when it happens. They don't care when it happens. The fact that it happened is a problem. You know. So yeah, that's the problem. Didn't China only have New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe when the Switch came to China? Yeah, because like the thing about China is that you have to get, every game has to be like approved, certified, and published and like ratified by like a Chinese developer or a Chinese publisher, right? So they have to go through the government. You know, there's not like a separate ratings board and stuff like that they handles. Like you have to go through it. It needs to be funneled. Everything needs to be funneled through government first, then to the company, right? So I think it was, what's the developers that make the game like the League of Legends type of game that's on Switch? Tencent. Again, Tencent. They're the ones that have to publish, develop, do everything, or not develop, but publish the game, distribute the game. Everything has to be that. So there's so many things that you have to go through. That's the only reason why there was one game at launch. But there's more now, but there's still not a huge selection, and every game has to be thoroughly vetted and looked through to make sure that there's no possible problems with Chinese culture or what the government's gonna get angry at and all that, or if they see something that's disrespectful. Like there's always something, you know, always something. Let's see. Fun fact: Monster Hunter movie was cut from China because of the Asian joke. LOL, the joke was, what kind of knees are yours? Yeah. I did see that they did cut that. Apparently, they're going to re-edit it, though, and put it back up. So, you make jokes in China about Chinese government. You've never seen that after that? Yeah, man. Nintendo have the Tencent to release the game on Switch. Yeah. So, yeah, Monado Mario is also not related, but remember, similar thing happened with ACNH. It turns out they didn't really ban the game. Chinese people still get AC in the gray market. Well, they did ban the game, though. You know, they did ban the game. From what I understand, like you can't buy the game normally there because of like the fact that you're able to custom do stuff in the game. So they just, yeah, you can get in the gray market, but that's not officially. If you have to get the game in the gray market, that means it's banned. That means it's banned. Let's see here. Tencent owns a lot of stuff in game. Yeah, Tencent, they're a huge company. They own a lot of things. You're right about that. Legit never heard of the game, but I'm pretty sure certain games take homage to political figures in terms. Seems sus, though. Oh, it's definitely sus. I think they re-edited the movie, right? The Monster Hunter, I think they're gonna re-edit the Monster Hunter movie and then put it back up. So yeah. You guys stop arguing about it's a look. Monado Mario, that's a ban, bruh. I mean, like, if you get something in the great, let's end it right now. Listen, guys. If the game gets, if they say you can't sell this game anymore in this country, that's a ban. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, if you can still get the game in the gray market or the black market or in the underground market or in the swap market or in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer market, that's fine. Go get the game, have fun. But if the government says you can't have the game anymore, it's banned because of this, that's a ban. Doesn't mean you can't play it. Doesn't mean you can't get your hands on it. But that's still a ban. There's no, I don't understand why this is an argument. Yo, Clue for Prez! The Super Saiyan JoJo. The crossover. The Super JoJo. The Golden Wind. The JoJo leveled up. The $35 JoJo donation. Clue for Press with the 35 becoming the top stream ninja and stream Hokage. And he says, let's hit that like button. Cherish the streams OJ provides. Yo, man, I'm getting all bubbly inside. Cherish, man, I'm gonna cherish you guys. Clue for Prez, man, thank you for the huge support. It's very nice of you. C4P, as we call them. C4P. Let's go, man. Clue for Press. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 35, bruh. I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for the $35 donation. You guys give some love, respect, and emotes to long-tenured elite ninja, my man C4P. Clue for Press in the chat. Showing mad love to the stream. Thank you so much, man. I heart you guys. Heart you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. I do appreciate it. $35 donation, man. Thank you. Yo, Chance. Oh, Chance 1108. What's up, man? Thank you for the follow. And what's up? How you doing today? Welcome. Shout outs to Clue for Press. You guys give him some big love. And finally, my CVS. You guys are going to be able to fund me some diet half and halves. My CVS finally got more half and... Dude, it's literally been months since the last batch of half and halves came in. It's literally been... like I think these used to be 0 calories. But now they're 15 calories per container. I could have swore these were 0 calories at one point. But now it's 15, which is still really good. But they finally restocked. Like, it's been like they went like 3 or 4 months with no half and halves at my CV. No half and halves anywhere like in the Central Valley, bro. I could not find them anywhere in my city or anything. So shout outs. Thank you guys for funding the half and halves. I appreciate it. 40-second delay. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit longer than usual for it. Depending on the amount, like it has to certify it to make sure that you're like not like a bot or something like that. And then once they know that it goes through, it'll go through. But thank you for the 35, man. I appreciate that. Shamsa says, ouch. No, Shamsa, you've already done enough. Look, you're weekly top ninja. You're right above. You're right there. See, weekly top ninja and everything. So thank you, Shamsa. It's all good. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Jax G? Welcome to the stream. 59th like? What's 59th like? Let's see here. Shout out to the JoJo boys. I just got love for your I just got on love your content. Why was people surprised by 2 Square reps when Capcom has 3? Was cause how difficult it was for Cloud to get into Smash. Yeah, I don't know why people were surprised that Square Enix would get another rep in the game. I always felt that it could be Sora, it could be Chrono, it could be another Square Enix rep. Because if you look at, or like Neku or somebody like that, right? Because if you look at the amount of like support that Square Enix has shown to Nintendo, their partnership is really strong with the Switch. Yes, they don't get everything, but I mean, you look at all the Final Fantasy games, you look at Bravely Default 2 coming, obviously, you know, Nintendo publishing that. You look at stuff like Dragon Quest XI doing extremely well on Switch, and I would not be surprised if the next Dragon Quest game is like, you know, Switch. Like, that's the main platform is Switch. And then, like, the secondary platforms are PlayStation 5 or whatever the case is. So, you know, there's a big partnership there. You know, well, Square Enix, they got 3. Now they have 3 reps in there now, right? They've got 3 now because they have Hero. So they have Hero, they have Cloud, and now they have, Sephiroth. So I always thought that they could get another rep in just because of the strong partnership, you know. Because this is a partnership. It's a partnership between the companies. And that's why I was never so gung-ho on Western characters. Because it's about the partnerships. Are Western developers supporting the Switch? Not really. And the characters that we do have in, look at who we have. Banjo and Kazooie. That's a Western character. But that used to be Nintendo's. And that was for the fans. And Microsoft has a good relationship. And once again, Minecraft, Steve, guess what? Nintendo has an amazing relationship with Microsoft, and Microsoft they have hardware, Nintendo 2DS, Minecraft Edition. Minecraft sells extremely well on Switch. They have the Mario Bros, you know, partnership with Minecraft. So it's going to be with developers that they have strong partnerships with. There's not a lot of Western, like people talk about like Warner Bros, and people talk about some of these other, like, Nintendo doesn't have partnerships with these guys, like Mortal Kombat characters and all. I mean, where's the relationship? Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11's on the Switch, but, you know, there needs to be a history and a partnership, you know? You know, and so that's the thing. So it'd be up to Disney, not Square. Well, it'd be a collaboration between the two. It'd be a collaboration. It wouldn't just be Disney. It'd have to come from Disney and from Square. Let's see here. Diddy Kong, King K. Rool, and Dark Samus are Western, though. Dark Samus is not Western because one, Dark Samus is based off of a Japanese IP, so that's not Western. Diddy Kong, once again, Diddy Kong is based off of a Japanese IP. King K. Rool is based off of a Japanese IP. Those characters are created by a Western developer, but it is not a Western IP. Donkey Kong is Japanese. All of those are just names. Those are all Japanese. Samus, Dark Samus, that's Japanese. The first games were from the West. Banjo would be the only Banjo and Minecraft Steve. Those would be like the only like true actual Western, you know, characters in the game from a playable perspective. But just because a Western developer makes a character and that doesn't mean, oh well, it's Western. No, it's based. Metroid is a Japanese IP. Just like Castlevania, like if they put in, you know, one of the Lords of Shadow character, oh, Western? No. Yeah, Lords of Shadow was based. It was developed by a Western developer, but the Castlevania is a Japanese IP. You know. Like that's not, it's not Western. Y'all really think that if a Western developer takes a Japanese IP and creates something, oh, that means it's Western? What kind of blue shell Mario Kart nonsense is this? It's a Japanese IP. There would be no character if it wasn't for the Japanese IP in the first place. Stop trying to come here and try to make these contrarian points, guys. At least do some research. Like, sitting here really trying to talk about Diddy Kong. Donkey Kong's Japanese. That's a Japanese IP. Come on now. Metroid, that's a Japanese IP. What are you sitting here talking about Western? There would be no Dark Samus if it wasn't for Samus. The regular Samus, that was Japanese. What? So wait, Tomb Raider is not a Western game franchise? Who said Tomb Raider isn't a Western game franchise? What the? Where the hell did that come from? Tomb Raider. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Square controls Tomb Raider. That's. Do you not know what the difference between a publisher and a developer is, V-Sips? Do you not know what do you not know what a publishing and developing is? Oh, I guess the Avengers is Japanese now. Square Enix published the game. The Avengers, that's just the Japanese IP now. All right, I'm moving on from that, guys. Let's see here. Play Among Us. Sure. When's your mom coming over? Coach 8766. I'll play when she gets here. All the companies I mentioned, they all have good ties with Nintendo being our big companies. Not as big as Microsoft, but still. Let's see here. Let's see. I just wanted to hear OJ's response. Sure you did. All right, let's see here. Koei Tecmo owns Marvel now. Yeah, Koei Tecmo definitely, because Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You guys gotta realize something, man. Y'all gotta realize something. IP is developed in a certain spot. If the origin of the IP is from somewhere, then it's that. Now, if the developer buys the IP and takes it and does whatever, so for example, you got an IP like. I mean, we looked at some of the stuff that that Nintendo's done, right? Like with Rare. Rare owned certain IPs. Nintendo published those IPs, but the IP copyright, the IP of ownership of that IP stayed with Rare. So stuff like Perfect Dark, right? Stuff like what else? Banjo-Kazooie. Those are the type of IPs that you can say, oh yeah, those were kind of Western, right? That's Western because the IP went with them. They own that IP, and when Rare was purchased by Microsoft, it went with them. Now, Diddy Kong didn't go with Rare, right? Oh, that's Nintendo's, that's Japanese. They own that, or Donkey Kong, or whatever the case is. So they didn't take those Japanese IP ownerships that are with Nintendo. They took their Western stuff and left to Microsoft. So, I mean, that's kind of how it works, guys. Koei Tecmo owns Zelda. They own Zelda. They own it. But no, I mean, it is what it is. I guess it's an interesting discussion to have. You know, it's an interesting discussion to have. Also, Sand Zero 2K3 with the subscription. Yo, thank you so much, Sand Zero 2K3, subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village, my man. Subscribers have definitely been a little bit low lately. So if you're somebody new, or if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Although I do think that tomorrow's video is going to be pretty good. I think a lot of people are going to like it. So that should bring in some new ninja to the village. But thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. All those that have subscribed, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Nintendo owns Zelda? No. Do they really? Do they really own Zelda? Really? That's awesome, dude. What a great IP to own, too. What a great IP to own. That is an awesome IP to own. Hey, what's up, Dawson? Welcome to the stream. What's the time? What's the time? What? Some of y'all be asking weird questions. All right, shall we move on to the next thing? Well, that's the devotion thing, I guess, right? So the next topic that we're talking about here, guys, is the Sephiroth presentation. So the Sephiroth presentation tomorrow, I'll be streaming it. So if you guys want to watch it with me, I'll be streaming it. We'll be going like around, like I said, we're just gonna link up the OJ live with the Sephiroth presentation. I'll have everything ready to go. Like I'll actually put the arrow and the tags, and because I usually put everything right here, right? So I guess I'm gonna have to change this up. I'm probably gonna move this over here and make the chat comment smaller. I don't know what. I'll figure something else out, or I'll figure something out. But we will have the Sephiroth presentation tomorrow. It's 35. It's around 35 minutes long, and there will be no other characters announced. No tease of any other characters. No other characters. Nothing like that will be announced at the presentation. So it's pretty much just going to be Sephiroth. Now, the fact that it's 35 minutes, you guys know these Mr. Sakurai, you know, presents. He goes over the history. He talks about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sakurai is probably a big Final Fantasy VII fan. So I'm almost positive he has some really cool things to say. Whereas like Minecraft, he was just like, well, here we are, you know. It's all come to this, you know. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing it. You know, as somebody like a lot of you guys are young. You guys didn't grow up with Final Fantasy VII. You guys were babies when the game came out, or you weren't old enough to know what was going on. So you weren't old enough to know the hype. A lot of you guys played it later. You know, as somebody who was old enough during that time period, Sephiroth was the villain. He was the villain of villains. He was the guy, you know, like he was like that guy. It's like, yo, Sephiroth, man, have you played this game? Like, this is crazy. This dude freaking stabs this chick in the stomach, you know. Like, I remember when I first saw that scene, I was playing the game with my friend because I didn't have a PlayStation back then, and I remember we were playing the game. I'd always do the grinding, the power leveling. And he would always play like the story, like bosses, because like he was always so impatient. He never wanted to like level up or anything. Like I was always all about the leveling up. So I would play and I would grind. I'd do all the leveling, and then he would play through the story. And we were playing, and I remember that part where just freaking Sephiroth we were in shock because of like the cutscenes, right? Because like we never saw those cutscenes like that. That was like, for me, outside of like, there was like some Sega CD stuff. There was some FMV, but that was completely different. So for me, it was like the greatest thing that I've ever seen in my life when this dude just comes. Remember, no spoilers online on the internet, no YouTube, no Vimeo, no anything like that, no Twitch, no people streaming the game, nothing. It was just the game, right? And the dude just came down, and I was like, no, because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at all, and I was like legitimate, we screamed no. We were saying no so loud. His freaking mom came into the room, was like, what's going on? Because we were so upset when that happened, man. We were just like, we couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it, man. We could not believe it. That happened. Because we've been playing through the game. Because like, remember, I was power leveling. So like, dude, Aerith was at like a crazy high level. She's like my healer. I use her all the time. I was like, oh, yo, Aerith is dope, man. I gotta have like that chick, you know, good looking chick that heals the party. That's the best. Brunette, tall. Well, she's not that tall, but she looked tall when we were back then. We thought she was tall. She was just an adult, you know? So we were like, man, yo, Aerith is hype. We like Aerith. We were all having fun using Aerith, everything. Then all of a sudden, this douchebag comes flying through. We legitimately hated Sephiroth. Like, I did not like him I thought he was like a person. Like I said, if I saw Sephiroth in real life, I said I'd beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Like I started doing punches and kicks in my backyard more because I was upset. I was upset at this. You know what I'm saying? I was very upset at this. Tifa is nowhere near as good of a healer as Aerith. Aerith is a natural healer. She's way better, especially in the original game. So that was the thing. That was the thing, man. Like, it was upsetting. It was very upsetting. I didn't like Sephiroth. I didn't like him for the longest time. But then later, obviously, you do like the iconic status of him, you know, and everything. And the fact that Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, I mean, it's great. You know, it's great that came out because now, you know, things can happen. So yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. Let's see here. I also just got that spoiled for me today. Okay, Justin Wayne, if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII at this point, that's on you. That's on you. That's not on me. Because like this game came out in like what, 97? This game is like 20 something years old. So if you got spoiled on it, there's no such thing as I got spoiled 20 something years later. That's like me telling you, yo, bro, let me tell you something right now. Like Germany lost World War II. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, somebody just spoiled me on that one. You know, like, it's like, nah, bro, like, that's history. That's history on that one. You should have been known or done that yourself, man. Like, that's not, you can't be saying it's decades old at this point, bro. Decades, like generations. My daughter knows that freaking Sephiroth killed Aerith, and she's 8. And that's old even for her. That's old even for her. She knows about that, and she's 8 years old, okay? So, so that's the thing, man. I was gonna wait for both the remakes to come out and then beat them. Nah, bro, no. This man, you gonna be waiting 30 years? You're gonna wait 30? You're gonna 30 years in the making? Justin Wayne, bro, you need to. That's the biggest L. That's the freaking. That's the, just take the L, take a L and get it tattooed on your forehead for that one. This man said, I'm going to wait for how are you going to wait for all the parts then play it? Bro, you're going to be waiting, you're going to be an old man. What you mean, bro? This man said, I'm going to wait for all the parts then play it. You've got to be kidding me. That's an L. We don't even know we have no idea when the parts are going to be done. It took them more than 5 years to get out the current Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have no idea what's going to happen in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay? So, you haven't played it, and I don't want to spoil the remake for you, but don't expect everything to happen because stuff has happened in the previous game, okay? So, I'm not spoiling it for you, but play the game. If I were you, I wouldn't wait. Play the game. Because somebody's going to, over the course of from now till whenever the next one comes out, it's going to be impossible to not be spoiled on what happens in FF7 Remake if you haven't already been spoiled. Now, I won't do it here, but if I were you, just play the game. Play the games. Play the original. Play them now. Because, dude, you're going to be waiting forever. We have no idea when they're coming. That's an L, dude. That's an L. That's a super L. You can that is ridiculous. Just play the games, enjoy it. Like you're over complicating something that isn't that big of a deal. You acting like this is like, man, like you're getting ready for like the greatest story of all time. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta wait, and then I gotta play the game, and then just like you're putting it on a pedestal. Don't get me wrong. Final Fantasy VII Remake is great. Final Fantasy VII Story is great, but I mean, goodness gracious, like you're making it too. You're hyping yourself up too much, you know? Like, you're hyping yourself up way too much. You're gonna be disappointed if you sit there and wait. I've been waiting 30 years for this moment. Bro, it's gonna be an L. Let's see here. And you can probably guess my profile pic of Sephiroth fan. Yeah, it's true. Hey, what's up, Troy Perry? Welcome to the stream. Man, it's gonna be waiting 7. Dudes might be waiting forever. Hey, what's up, Turbo Jesse? All right, take it easy. Shamsa, what do I want from Dreamland? Well, I've got my plushie, so you know what? I'll just take some good vibes, okay, from Dreamland. I'll take some good vibes, Shamsa. I'll take two good vibes. Have a nice night, Shamsa. Take it easy. Get some sleep. It's 12 a.m. your time. Thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate that. I grew up with Final Fantasy VII back in the day, OJ, with having everything, like the guidebook, music, CD, etc. But I can understand how a big franchise was. And now, like, yeah, like, it was crazy. It was crazy to see how big the franchise was. Like, essentially, I think to me, Final Fantasy VII ushered in the age of new age storytelling of 3D RPGs. Because remember, before then, we had the Super Nintendo, which was the dominant platform for RPGs. PlayStation did not become the dominant platform for RPGs until, I would say, Final Fantasy VII came out. Yeah, there were RPGs before Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, but that was when everybody really said, yo, the PlayStation is here. And the crazy thing about PlayStation, it was so back half loaded with sales. Like, PlayStation launched in 1993, I think in Japan. Yeah, 93. Dude, people don't realize how old the PS1 was. Like when they think PlayStation 1, they think, oh yeah, mid 90s. You know, they think, oh, N64, 96, 95, 96. No, it was 93 when that launched. 93. So that was, I mean, but people didn't know, like start talking about PlayStation until like 96, 97. So, I mean, we're talking 3+ years after the system launched, you know? So that's the crazy thing. You know, that's the crazy thing about it. So yeah, man. Let's see. 3 CDs for Final Fantasy 7 and 4 CDs for Final Fantasy 8. Yeah, a lot of CDs. A lot of CDs. Sod Immortals 33% off. You think it'll drop more? Yeah, it will drop more. I haven't beat the story yet, but yeah, it'll drop more. They always drop more, Turbo Jess. Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention to how Microsoft and Sony's games and Nintendo and well, third-party games are, but yeah, like games always drop quickly. Especially Ubisoft game. You should never buy a Ubisoft game. Like Ubisoft games to me are like $20 games. Like most Ubisoft games are $20 games. Like they're not any. I don't spend anything more unless like Mario Plus Rabbids. I bought that day one, but that was different. That's a completely different thing. But most of the standard Ubisoft games, I don't ever really buy day one. I got a review code for Immortals. I think it's good. I mean, it has a lot of content in there. I mean, if you bought it for $60, it's worth it. I mean, like you'll get that money's worth out of the game. But I mean, like Ubisoft games always drop hella quick, so I don't really tell people to go out there, rush out there and buy it. Just wait. If you've already waited this long, wait some more. DM'd me something. All right, Shamsa, let me check it out before you go. Oh, okay, my bad. 94. Shamsa sent me with the 94. So still though. A lot of people didn't realize, though, that it was that early, you know, because the PlayStation didn't pick up Steam until FF7. So it was December 3rd, 1994. So I was 1 year off. 94. Thank you, Shamsa, for that. I thought it was 93, but it was 94. I think I was hearing about it in 93. I think that's what it was, because I remember going to Walmart, and I remember reading a magazine. I forgot what magazine it was, but I remember seeing, like, in 93, I remember seeing the PlayStation, you know, like, and like they were showing like a CD, and I was like, yo, this is, I remember seeing something. It was either 93, it was late 93 or very early 1994. So my memory was foggy on that one, but yeah, I just remember seeing it in a magazine and just being like, yo, like, what is this, you know? But I was still playing Super Nintendo like crazy, you know? I was still playing Super Nintendo like crazy, so yeah. I think it was 95 for America. Yeah, it was 94 for Japan, 95 for North America. 95 September 1995 for North America, but 94 in Japan. 94 in Japan, 95 in North America. So yeah. Let's see here. I hear Square. Guys, I have it right in front of me, so I know what the years are, guys. Shamsa sent me something. So let's see here. You guys talk about the most important console of all time. It's subjective, but I mean, I would say you can go back to, like, you know, some of the old school. If you watch like the high score documentary, like those first consoles that one dude developed, the African American dude, like you can talk about that because that was the first cartridge based console, right? So that might be the most important of all time because people saw that you can develop cartridge based consoles and not PC. Some people can say that the Atari and getting it into the mainstream, that was the most important console of all time, home console. I think that people can say, I think there's a really good case for Nintendo saving the industry. If it wasn't for Nintendo with the NES, that was the most important console of all time. PS1, I mean, there's a claim for the PS1, but I don't know like what's the lasting impact. I mean, CD media, but there were consoles before the PS1 that had CD media, you know, so it wasn't the first to do that. It wasn't the first. I mean, like, it's just like, it was a very popular console with CD media. It was like the first to be extremely popular, and sell really, really, really well, because they honed in on what was important. But I mean, usually when you say most important, like, you'd have to talk about on like a grand scale, and I'm not sure if the PS1 is that. I think that even without the PS1, the industry would still be here. It'd still be doing what it's doing. I mean, obviously, maybe not as big. PlayStation did usher in a lot of new fans with its games and what they did with it. So maybe the industry wouldn't be as big, but would the industry still be here without PlayStation? Yeah. I mean, they didn't save anything. The industry was healthy before PlayStation with Nintendo, the industry, and with Sega. The industry was fine. PlayStation just said, hey, we're going to make games. It's the same thing with Microsoft. It's like, is the Xbox 360 the most important console of all time? Or the Xbox One, even though it did a lot of innovations? I don't think so. But it's subjective. PlayStation is the reason why gaming is so big now. Sony changed the game. PlayStation is the reason why gaming is so big now. They're a part of that, but Nintendo's a part of that. Microsoft is a part of that. Lots of people are a part of that. It's not just Sony. And they're not the sole reason why. Microsoft and Sega were definitely very impactful. Let me give you a history lesson here, kid, because obviously you don't know your history. You just know PlayStation. Here's the reason why Sega was so impactful. Sega was so impactful because Sega showed PlayStation that they can compete with Nintendo. Before Sega, Nintendo was the undisputed king of the gaming realm, and nobody really could compete with them. If it wasn't for Sega showing with the adult or cool kid attitude that PlayStation borrowed, there'd be no way that PlayStation would have probably had the confidence in seeing what they can do. Now, PlayStation was supposed to work with Nintendo, but ultimately they had a business disagreement in terms of how that worked out. But if Sega didn't show that they can compete with them and actually sell just as much or outsell them in North America, then I don't think Sony would have never even had the chance. They would have never even thought about that. Now, when it comes to Microsoft, all the things that people love in today's day, when it comes to hard drive with Microsoft did that, okay? Yo, Shinbrew with the Toby Buster! Let's go! $15 donation. I'm gonna continue on with that. I'll read off what you have to say in just a second. Microsoft invented achievements, online gaming that was prevalent in consoles, hard drives, all those things that are like what people are looking at right now, right? Built-in Ethernet port, all these different things with a modern console, Microsoft did. Microsoft and Sega a bit. Sega and Microsoft did these two things, right? Before them, PlayStation did not do those, like those two. You have the 56K modem, Xbox, you have that built-in modem as well, with the hard drive, with space on there too, and Xbox Live. The advancement of online gaming. Sega started it in terms of, hey, what we're gonna do, and then Microsoft took it to the next level. Both of these, Sega and Microsoft, made drastic contributions to the gaming space. Now, PlayStation did a good job of taking ideas that had been done and doing them in a very concise and good way. A very concise. CD media, hey, there's been CD media before, but we're gonna do it even better. Hey, Rumble, we've had that before, but we're gonna do it this way. Analog control, hey, there's been that way. They've done it on N64, but we're gonna do it this way. So PlayStation does a good job at taking those ideas and then turning it into their own thing and saying, hey, we think that we can do this better and we can capitalize that and leverage it with our development tools and resources. That's a very good thing, and they've got popular based off that. But to write off Sega and Microsoft and say, oh, they didn't really do anything impactful, that is a Zoomer 18, 19, that's what an 18 or 19-year-old kid that wasn't around back then, that doesn't know history, that doesn't watch any documentaries, that doesn't know what they're talking about, coming here and spouting off because you like PlayStation. I get that, and that's fine. I was around from when PlayStation first started, and I've watched countless documentaries on PlayStation, on Microsoft, on Sony, on Nintendo, and from what I've seen, from every single era of what would you say most important, PlayStation doesn't really pop up. Now, are there very important things that happened on PlayStation systems? Absolutely. But when you look at most important, there usually has to be a lot at stake. Like the industry itself, right? The crash. If Nintendo did not come with the NES in 1985 or 86 or whatever they got it there or whatever, the mid 80s, right? The industry as we know it could be completely different. I highly doubt that Sony, who's a reactionary company, they react to what's on the market and then they say, okay, we're gonna do this. If the industry crashed and the video game industry was selling bad and all that, there would have been no green light for a PlayStation because Sony wanted to work with Nintendo in the first place. So there'd be no green light for it. So to say that PS1 is the most important when the industry was already very healthy in 1994, whatever, is ridiculous. The industry was good. The Super Nintendo was good. Sega was doing good. Everybody was doing good. PS1 decided to say, hey, we're going to do this too. It didn't save anything. It didn't do anything. Now, they added a lot of cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but you can't say it's the most important when nothing high was at stake, you know? Now, for you, because you're a big PlayStation fan, is it the most important? Sure, it's subjective. Because for you, that's what your life is based on, being a young child, you know, or a young kid, you know, or a teenager, and you grew up on probably PS3, I would guess. That would be like your first, would be PS3, and then maybe you went back and played PS1 and PS2 and all that, so you just hear about it. But as somebody that grew up in that era, and grew up in the crash, right, and seeing what happened, when the NES launched and when the PS1 launched, you can't compare the two. I think most, if not everybody that was around back then, or people that do research would say, without the NES, all of this other stuff doesn't happen, right? All this other stuff doesn't happen. So most important, there has to be a lot at stake. The crash was devastating. It was devastating to everything. People legit, deadass said, yo, video games, who needs them? Let's go out and play basketball. Let's go out and play football. Let's go do other things. Let's play board games. You know, let's do like this is legitimately what people were saying. If Mario doesn't come along and say, yo, video games are still dope. This is still good. Like, it's fun. It can be amazing. I honestly feel the industry as we know it would be completely different. Would be completely different. Now, without PlayStation, the industry is going to be different. But would the industry still be here and still be thriving? Yeah, it would be. You know how I know? Because it was before PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? It was before PlayStation. The industry was thriving and good before PlayStation. Before the NES, the industry crashed. The NES saved the industry. It saved it. So I'm not trying to fanboy it or anything like that. Honestly, I'm not. I'm really not. But when I'm looking at it from somebody from historical context, I can't sit here and say a console that saved the industry from the crash from a console that didn't, and that console's more important than the one that saved it. That's just hard for me to say, you know? It's hard for me to say that. That's just personally, it's hard for me to say that. Now, if you want to, if people want to argue in the chat that PS1 is the most important, that's fine. But I highly suggest watching the High Score documentary. I highly suggest watching documentaries that go over the crash and go over what happened and give interviews with what people are saying and the attitude of what's happened. We're looking at it with rose-tinted glasses, right? Oh, PS2 highest selling system of all time. Oh, PS3 80, 90 million or whatever, or PS4 100 million. Like, we're looking at it in that perspective. Go back and put yourself in the perspective of people saying, everyone says video games are dope, right? In the 80s, people said, yo, video games suck. Console games suck. I'm just gonna go to the arcade. I'm gonna play my video games there. I don't need this is what people were saying. Like, legit, I don't need a console. These games suck. These are dumb. There's no need. I can just go to the arcade and play. That's what people were saying. That'd be blasphemous at this point, right? But back then, that's what people were saying because the games were so bad. The games were so horrible. Remember, we didn't have review scores like that. We had some, but not really. We didn't have the YouTube. We didn't have Twitch. We didn't have to where people could show us. It was like, okay, you look at the box art on a game and it's word of mouth. Have you played this game? No, I haven't played it. Okay, well, the box looks kind of cool. You look in the back of the box, you say, okay, you know, this is what the game says it's about. Okay, it's an action game. All right, I think I like this game. I'm going to spend 6 weeks allowance on this game. You take that game home and play. It's trash. And imagine that happening all the time. Imagine that happening all the time. Imagine that where you buy a game and it's trash over and over and over and over and over and over. After game 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 is just bad. To the point to where parents are done spending their money on those games. Gamers are saying, this sucks. I'd rather go spend some quarters instead of buying this game for 30 bucks or 20 bucks. I'd rather just go spend some quarters at an arcade, play for my bit after school, and then go back home, do my homework, eat, go to sleep, wake up, go back to school, or whatever the case is, right? Or go back to work or whatever. So the mindset back then is completely different. So yeah. So that's the thing. So that's the thing, man. That's the thing. But that's just my spiel on this whole thing, you know. But for those who think that, that's fine. If you think that PS1's the most important, I mean, I can see there's definitely a case to be made, you know. I just don't see anything that PlayStation did first when it comes to console innovations or controller innovations or anything. I mean, like, the only thing that I can think of would be like, because like CD media wasn't the first. Like, I mean, like, they've done like the DVD player in the PS2, that was obviously pretty revolutionary for consoles. And then like they tried to replicate that with the Blu-ray player with the PS3. But in terms of game functions, game features wise, I mean, like, I don't really see too much. I mean, outside of that, Blu-ray came much later. We're talking about like most important. I don't see that as somebody who's been around. I'm old. I've been around for a long time. So no, I don't. I see Nintendo as saving the industry, and that's more important to me as a gamer. That's more important than a company that came along and made CDs for games to where they I mean, that's great. That's awesome, you know. But nah. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Yeah, but I don't think expanding the market is the most important thing. Like, expanding the market's great, but the market was already doing extremely well. They were already selling extremely well. The problem is that you're saying that expansion is better than saving. You're saying that, okay, we have $300 million, right? We're making $300 million. The market is worth $500 million or something like that. And you're saying, oh, now it's worth $1 billion. That's really important. That makes them the most important compared to saying, well, the industry wouldn't exist if this system didn't. Like, don't you see the dire situation? It's either, yo, this market wouldn't exist because they were making nothing. They were losing money. So I don't understand how expansion is more important than saving the whole thing. So I don't understand. Like, can somebody help me explain that thought process, that mind of like, yeah, that's great. Expansion is good, but we're talking about losing money. People weren't making any money off the console market. It crashed. People stopped buying games. There was no money being made. I mean, some were making money, but not a lot. It was basically dead. It was going to die. So I don't understand how an expansion of market is more important than saving the whole market in general. Like, how does that make sense? I don't get that. I am a 94 boy. At first glance, normally my first systems would be PS2 and GameCube, but it was N64 and PS1 and a few SNES. Did a lot of research to be played older games. Yeah. Find out hilarious how the Xbox 360 was the most popular console of its generation, but it wasn't the most popular console of its generation. The Wii was the most popular console. So wait, I don't understand. Wait, why was Xbox 360 the most popular console of the generation when the Wii sold more? I don't get that. Are you talking about like the most popular, the best-selling Xbox console? Is that what you're trying to say? What are you trying to say, DC? As much as I love PlayStation, even I can admit their MO has always been to do something better than what has already been done, which is good. I mean, that's how you expand the market, right? You take whatever is good and then you expand upon that. But I don't see that as the most important. That's great, and it expands, and that's really good, and I'm happy for them, and I'm happy. I always buy Sony. I've been buying Sony systems forever, right? Whenever I have, whenever I can, I always buy a Sony system, but I don't see expansion as more important than saving, in my opinion. But I think, once again, there are people that are very young and they don't understand the severity of what happened. It's almost impossible to understand the severity of what's happened, especially if you're already biased in the first place. It's hard because, like, I don't think Nathan's not the only one who said that. There's other people that say that, but they weren't around back then. They don't understand, or they just simply like PlayStation more. But looking at it from a non-biased perspective and looking at it, well, what is factually more dire as a business owner? So if anybody runs a business, if you ask me, hey, OJ, your business is failing, what can you do to save it? What's the most important thing? I'll be like, okay, well, the most important thing was this that happened, and it saved my business. But now at this point, okay, OJ, you're live streaming now. You've expanded what you're doing a lot more. That's important too. Yeah, that's very important. But if this didn't happen, none of this would even be here. So that's kind of how I see it. I see it as, it's great that expansion's good. You know, that's great. Expanding, doing better things, expanding your market, expanding, that's fantastic. But without the roots, without the origins, that's the most important thing, is where you started. And where you saved yourself or saved your business. Now, for other people, that's not the most important thing. They don't care. They just might think, oh, well, it would have happened anyway, whatever. And what's most important is what's happening right now, you know? So there is that mindset. There are people out there that think that, you know? Which is that's a fine way to think, or that's an okay way to think. It doesn't really help. Well, it doesn't really make up much sense factually, because ruin is obviously worse than making more. Like, if you're already making a good amount and then you make more, that's great. But is that more important than if you went out of business? Which one's than saving your business in the first place? Which one's more important? You already doing good and making more money, or you saving your business in the first place? To me, would be having the business there in the first place. That would be the most important thing, is that whatever saved your business from, like, not going out of business, that's the most important thing. But some people don't think that. They just think, nope. What's most important is that what we're doing right now, the expansion, which is, to me, ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thought process. It's factually incorrect. You know, in my opinion, I guess, if that makes sense. It's factually, because it's like, wait a minute, if this didn't come about, there would be no business. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. What matters is what's happening right now, you know? So that's kind of how I see it, but I think that's also the mindset of somebody young versus somebody old, right? A lot of PlayStation fans might be younger, so therefore they think, oh, well, whatever happened back then happened. What's happening right now? What happened right now? You know, so it doesn't hold up in a debate. Obviously, it'd be easy to bust in a debate, but it looks okay on Twitch chats or YouTube chats or on Twitter. But in a debate, it would be shattered to pieces. You know, it would be shattered. It would be absolutely shattered to pieces. Wife's calling. Give me just a second, guys. Baby. So yeah, Nintendo did save the NA market, but that Sony contributed more to the industry. That's what I'm arguing. That's subjective. I don't know if Sony contributed more to the industry. Nintendo gave us, you know, actual 3D analog control games. Nintendo gave us Rumble. Nintendo gave us face buttons. Nintendo gave us shoulder buttons. You know what I'm saying? Or not face buttons. Nintendo gave us shoulder buttons. Nintendo gave us, I think they gave us a lot more than what Sony gave us. Sony kind of copies everything else that other people did and then expands upon it. So exactly what did Sony contribute from a industry-wide standpoint, like outside of like DVD player and Blu-ray? I don't know what did Sony, this is an interesting discussion. So exactly what did Sony contribute on the level of saving the industry with the NES, on the level of shoulder buttons, on the level of Rumble, on the level of, by the way, HD Rumble, which is what Sony's using now, which copied again, on the level of, you know, like, what did they, as somebody who, I grew up back then, So you're saying that they contributed more to the industry. As somebody, I think you're 19 years old, right, Drake? So as somebody who's 19 years old, and obviously you don't watch any documentaries, you're just saying stuff. So what did they? So you're challenging what I know, okay, my knowledge. Okay, that's fine. So what did they contribute to the industry that's so revolutionary that they didn't take from somebody else? That's what I want to know. What did Sony do? I don't recall Sony doing anything other than taking what the system has and make their own. They grew on the entire. They grew up on the entire. Yeah, they did a great job of expansion. But what did they contribute? Like Sega gave us like the home console, online gaming, right? Built-in modem. Microsoft gave us hard drives. You know, downloading Xbox Live, stuff like that. Like, exactly what did Sony do first? That's what I want to know. I feel like the games, the original PlayStation had, were more influential than the system itself. That's something. That's the developers that make those games. Developers can make those games on any system for the most part. You know, Sony just provided, like I said, expansion. But what did they do that says, okay, this is an industry thing? Like if you watch documentaries, you look at the N64, they say this was something that revolutionized the industry. The analog control, how to do 3D platformers, how to move in a 3D space. You ever played Tomb Raider on the original NES? Has anybody played Tomb Raider on the original NES? Go play Tomb Raider. Sorry, NES. Sorry, PS1. Has anybody played Tomb Raider on the PS1? Look at how Tomb Raider moves. It moves like a block. Because there's no real analog. So the 3D games that Sony had were not even that great at the beginning. It wasn't until N64 came through, the analog stick, 3D gaming, and then what does Sony do? Oh wow, look at this controller, it's really cool, analog. We're gonna make our own. Because remember, the original PlayStation controller So the original PS1 controller looks like this. This is the original PS1 controller. There is no analog. They didn't give you dual no. That they just took analog from the first. That's the original. They just took analog and said, hey, we can expand upon it. Once again, that's an expansion. That's not invention. That's expansion. Analog was already there. This is the original PS1 controller. Multimedia use? No, other systems had multimedia use too. They just expanded upon it. PS creation, entire genres, mass marketing, no. Mass marketing was already done with Nintendo. No, Mario had movies. There was a whole movie called The Wizard. That was before the PlayStation was even founded, where it was mass marketing with big time actors. You know, they had The Wizard. They had the Mario Bros movie, which was mass marketing. They actually debuted Mario Bros 3 was debuted in The Wizard. That's the first time that anybody saw the game. That's mass marketing. No, backwards compatibility. No, Atari did backwards compatibility. Installation of OS? No. Installation of OS? It's silly. Other companies did OSs before. Console VR? No, console VR has been done before. DualSense? DualSense, that's HD Rumble. That's been all the technology that's in there. That's the same company. No. No. Once again, all of those expansion on ideas that's already been done. No on every single one of those. Just stop. End the story. Like I said, doesn't hold up in a debate. No, that's an expansion on stuff that's already been done before. A movie is mass marketing, but that's already been done before. They already had that. There were video game shows. There was stuff that expanded upon mass marketing of video games. And that's not an innovation within the industry. That's not an innovation. That's just what they did. Spending a lot of money on a video game, mass marketing a game, that's been done before. What's wrong with you, Drake? I know you're a PlayStation, but what's wrong with you? Do you really think that Sony invented mass marketing? Do you honestly think that Sony invented innovated with marketing a game? Do you really think that? Do you really think that? Like, legit. Do you really think that Sony invented mass marketing? Did they invent communications as well? What else did Sony invent? Did they invent the Bible? Did they create the Bible too? What else did they invent? Like, when did Jesus Christ create the PlayStation 1? Goodness gracious. Mass marketing been around. Atari had mass marketing. Nintendo had mass marketing. Sega had mass marketing. Lots of companies had mass marketing. Hard drive on console. Hard drive on console was done by Microsoft. Microsoft did a hard drive on console, not Sony. Sony, the PS1 had no hard drive. The PS2 had no hard drive. The PS2 had, guess what? An expansion that you plug into the system to give a Ethernet port, to give a hard drive to play games. But that was after Microsoft already made a console with a built-in hard drive. So Sony was not the first person to make a hard drive on a console. No, they were not. They were not the first person to do that. No. They were not the first person to do online gaming. They were not the first person to do mass marketing. They were not the first person to do motion control. They're not the first person to do haptic feedback control. They weren't the first to do anything. They weren't the first to do media on your system. They weren't the first to do any of that, guys. They weren't. Now, did they expand upon those ideas that were established and put them together? Yes, they did. Did they have great success? Yes, they did. Are they valuable to the industry? Absolutely. Are they important? Yes, Sony is extremely important to the industry. Having Sony in the industry is a good thing. That is good. Let me make sure that I'm clear on this. Having Sony here is definitely better than not having Sony here. Sony does do amazing things. They're very important. However, to say that they're the most important when they've done nothing that's original, that started it, they expand upon ideas, that's something where I say I disagree. And if you're going to say that, that's fine. And this is a good discussion, but you're going to have to bring proof. And everything that you said had been done before. You know? Everything that you said had been done before. It had already been done before. Now, if you want to say that they're the first person to put triangle, square, circle, and X on their controllers, then I'll give you that. If you want to say that they're the first person to put a DVD player in a system, okay, that's great. A DVD player was built in a system. That's fantastic. That's still movies. That's not gaming. That's movies. But that's because that Sony is a corporation, right, outside of gaming, and they were only doing that to increase their own interest. DVD players did nothing. It's not like, oh yeah, DVD player, that makes Final Fantasy X way better because I can watch a movie on my PS2. No, it's a DVD player. You know, it's a DVD player. That's great. You know, it's fantastic. But no, same thing with Blu-ray. Now, format wars, Blu-ray format. Maybe there's something there, but that's the PS3. You know. Says Sony are the reasons Nintendo games run at 480p at 17 frames per second. What Nintendo games run at 480p at 17 frames per second? Which one, Peter? Let's see here. I know Sony made the PlayStation that is the original face buttons, shaped like instead of letters. Yeah. Munchie, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Twitch follow as well. Bro, OJ out here forgetting how casuals think or thought back in the day. How so? Sony didn't make Sony. That is Sony's technology. Blu-ray. That is Sony's technology. Microsoft created subscriptions for gaming influence generation to overdo first-person shooters and etc. Microsoft caused more harm to the industry. No, but okay. Sony then Sony copied all the harm then. Yo, Clue for Prez! Gedo! The Senpai! Rene! Oh, clue for Prez. Also, the Icarus with the $5. I missed that. I was in the middle of my rant. Clue for Prez with $100. The Icarus with the $5. Let me read off the Icarus first. Clue for Prez. Let's get Clue for Prez. What has gotten into you today, sir? Becoming the top stream ninja. Stream Hokage. Weekly top ninja. Freaking $100. Is that Christmas? Jesus Christ, man. Goodness gracious. You guys give some love. Who says, sorry to interrupt early Christmas to you, OJ. And side note, trying to get something for the community. What's everyone's most preferred console? I think people would say here Switch. Obviously, we have a lot more Nintendo fans here. But I think there's a lot of, you know, Sony. People have PlayStation 2 here as well. Yo, shout outs. Clue for Prez. Jesus Christ, man. Goodness gracious. Thank you for the $100 donation. Thank you so much. He shifted blame to Microsoft. He don't got any more points. We already know he doesn't have any more points, TH3. We already know that. It's just it creates content though. Having let me get these donations, dude. Okay, the Icarus with the $5. Thank you, Clue, for Press for the 100, man. Big love and support, man. Hey, Clue, I'll respond to your DMs. We'll talk. Hey, let's DM that. Let's talk about that in the DMs, okay? You got me on Twitter. We'll definitely talk about that. The Icarus with the $5 says most of Nintendo's fan base was split between handheld and console throughout their history. That's why Switch is selling so well. It combined both. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, if Nintendo ever decided to I mean, they've been selling PlayStation. That's a very good point there, Chris. They've been selling PlayStation numbers with both of them. If you combine the Super Nintendo with the Game Boy, if you combine the Game Boy Advance with the GameCube, if you combine both of them, then Nintendo had been selling crazy numbers. They've been selling 100 million plus. So they've been split, right? Sony figured out that, yeah, you can't, it's not as easy as it seems. They had success with the PSP, but then fell completely on their face with the PS Vita, right? So splitting your base, there's just not, the industry isn't that big. It's very rare for a home console and a portable with different games and all that split to do well. We had 2 generations of that from 2 systems. We had Sony and we had Nintendo. They accomplished it with the Wii and the DS and the PS2/PS3 and PSP. So we're gonna have to go cross-gen because the PSP drifted into the PS3 generation for a bit too before the Vita came out, right? Actually, it drifted into it a lot because the Vita didn't come out till what, 2011? PSP had already been out for 4 or 5 years. So the PSP had functions with the the PSP had functions with the PS3, but it was very jank. It was not the most cleanest because obviously the PSP had been old. Well, not old, but you know, PSP had not really been designed completely to use with PS3, but there was functionality there, right? So it was split between them, PS2 and PS3. That was the last time. After that, it got rough for Nintendo. It got rough for Sony after that, right? Because there's not enough money to go around to be sitting here and saying, okay, we're going to make games on this system and games on this system. You're going to have to buy this and you're going to have to buy this, like separating everything. So they both found that out, you know. Nintendo found that out with their home console, right? With the GameCube and stuff like that. They've been finding that out, you know, and Sony found that out with the PS Vita. Clue for Prez, though. Freaking $100, man. Thank you for the support. And Clue, hit me up on DMs. Those are just expansion of ideas. Expansion of ideas. SG. The first console to have with 4 shoulder buttons. The first console with 4 shoulder buttons. I don't think it even was, but even if it was, shoulder buttons were already done. So you take what somebody else has done and said, I'm gonna add more to it. That's not innovation. That's you taking what somebody else does and saying, I'm gonna do more. So for example, if somebody says, you know what? I'm going to make the first remote controlled car, you know, that you can use. Well, I'm going to make the first remote controlled car where you can have 2 cars controlled with 1 remote, or so. Like they expand upon it, right? That's not innovation when you expand upon an idea that's already been done. That's just you taking what's already been done and then saying, hey, I'm going to do something a bit more. That's why I don't see like stuff. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I expanded, or I was innovation in live stream. I'm the first person to do Toby Blaster. Yeah, I don't think anybody else did that before me. Is that innovation? No, there's been notifications. There's been pop-ups. People have done anime stuff before me. But I'm the first person to do Gendo, Renare, Densen, and do all this stuff like that, and do hand signs, and I'm the first person to do all these little different things in my live stream. Oh, that means I created. That's innovation. No, I just expanded upon what was already created, and some people like it, some people absolutely hate it. You know, but it is what it is. Like, that's not innovation. It's just expansion, which is good. Expanding upon ideas that are done is good. But I'm not an Etika. You know what I'm saying? He was an innovator. Etika was a freaking innovator. I'm not that. Etika saved freaking YouTube live streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for him, man, like, he got the ball rolling for everybody else, especially black content creators. So I'm not going to sit here and act just because I do some stuff that other people now have copied the hell out of me, right? Like, there are other people now that are doing, oh, there's notification, blah, 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 I'm going to do this. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, well, I did this and this. I innovated on that. No, that's already been there. Papas have already been there. Already been there. You know? Christian, we'll get to your DM in just a bit, okay? Let's see, you can't overlook the Sony audio chip in the Super Nintendo, the entry point. Sony was known for sound, so the PS1 intro was legendary, but Sony needed Nintendo to expand. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to diminish what Sony's done. Sony's done some amazing things, but I just don't see them as the most. I don't see them as the most important. Like, when you're looking at most important, I don't see them as that. You know, I see them as somebody that's obviously very good and it's needed and it's fantastic. But we're talking about life or death here when it comes to the industry. Like, there was a legitimate case of something dying. Sony expanded on the industry, but it did not save the industry. The industry would have done well even without Sony. The industry would still be here. There'd still be hella games. There'd still be a lot of money being made. There'd still be a lot of stuff. Without the NES, the industry might be dead. It might legitimately, there is a strong case that it might be dead. Like, there is factual proof that it could have died. Console gaming could have. Because of what happened, because of the crash. Legitimate proof. You know, everything that before Sony got here, things were gravy. Super Nintendo was gravy. Sega was gravy. They were making hella money. I mean, to be honest, PlayStation just swooped in and took all the Sega fans. Took a lot of the dudes that would just play, yo, I play on Sega, I'm gonna play on PlayStation now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just took a lot of the audience. That's what they did. And like I said, by expanding upon the ideas, by making it better, by doing what works, you know? Doing what works. Yo! Shout outs to Klooper Press with the Delaware Detroit Smash! Let's go! Yo, Klooper Press! He's going on a rampage! You see his name all the way over here, guys? He's going on a freaking rampage. Let's go. Klooper Press with the Delaware, Detroit. Keep the great streams coming. This goes to Danky Dank, who can run but you can't hide. Oh, he's coming for you, Dank. He's coming for you, man. All right, Chaos Smith. Hey, stay safe out there, bro. Stay safe out there, man. Yeah, Sony took a lot of the Square Enix fans. Yeah, absolutely. They took Nintendo's fans. They took the fans from there too. Absolutely, with Final Fantasy. Absolutely. They took Sony did a great job, man. Sony, like I said, I don't want to sit there and act like Sony was not important. Sony is very important to the industry because they expand upon the ideas. They take some things, they put it all together. You know, Sony, like I said, Sony's one of those players. Like, if you were to, like, to put it to, like, let's say, like, football or basketball or something like that, they're like a, they're like a Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, expanded the game, made it extremely popular, you know, made it very important, very good. But Kobe learned from everybody that came before him. His moves, his signature, stuff like that. Jordan, right? He was meticulous in film study, watching. He didn't create the moves. He didn't have the signature, you know, the Magic Johnson, the Kareem, the sky hook. You know, he didn't innovate on that. The fadeaway jumper, Jordan. You didn't see people do fadeaways until Jordan got into the league. The unblockable fadeaway, you know. Kobe took all of that. He took all of the moves that people had, everything that he'd seen in the history of the game, and said, I can do every one of those. I can do everything. I can drive to the basket. I can go with my right, then end with my left. I can go with my left, then end with my right. I can drive on the baseline. I can dunk like Dr. J. I can shoot the fadeaway like Jordan. If I need to do low post moves, I can do low post moves like Hakeem Olajuwon on the backboard. I can Tim Duncan it. I can do anything that these guys can do. He didn't make anything himself. He didn't innovate, but the dude was a freaking executioner on multiple moves. He had multiple different moves. I mean, he had the throw fake, which was kind of cool, but that was just like an all-star game thing, you know? That was just like an all-star game thing. Sony is Kobe. That's what Sony is. They're Kobe. They're Kobe Bryant. Not the most important, not the innovator, but damn, dude, they took a lot that people did and put it all together and have extreme success and popularity and expansion of the market. Kobe expanded basketball to new heights after Jordan retired. Kobe was the guy that did it, you know? Kobe was that man that did it. So that's kind of how I feel about PlayStation. They're Kobe, which if you get called Kobe, that's a compliment. Kobe is Kobe, you know? Kobe, and this is obviously not just saying this just because Kobe passed away. I was saying this before Kobe. Kobe is still Kobe. He's still one of the greatest of all time. He's still important. He's still monumental. He's still great. You know, it's still Kobe. But, you know, there were those guys that came before that literally did things to save the game, to make sure that the game did not. I mean, there was a time that the NBA was looking really rough. Okay? And then Magic and Bird and those guys kind of came in and helped things out, you know? Let's see here. Sebastian Guerrero with the $10 says, oh my God, OJ, I just read the dumbest Nintendo Direct fake leak. How dumb was it? It said Activision is making a Switch-only Call of Duty. Also, please play Wind Waker theme. I wouldn't be surprised if Activision tried to sit here and steal from Nintendo fans with a Switch-only Call of Duty. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened. Activision is a business after all, and if they put together some type of ghost team of 50 people to take an old Call of Duty engine from like 360 or the original Xbox One or something like that, and make a Call of Duty on Switch and sell 1 million copies real quick, because it'd be easy money. If they released a Switch-only Call of Duty, 1 million, 2 million people would buy the game. And if they have like a 50-man team, a 70-man team, and did that, I wouldn't be really... I wouldn't really be too surprised with that. Now, is that leak fake? Probably. But that wouldn't surprise me if there was some type of Switch-only Call of Duty, considering the install base of the Switch and considering that Activision easily has the money to fund some type of 50 to 70-man team or something like that, or 40, 50-man team, and make a Call of Duty game for the Switch, built for the Switch. That wouldn't surprise me. Wind Waker. Wind Waker theme. Okay, hold on. This one. All people like to down LeBron. I can admit that he didn't invent flopping. He's just good at it. I'd say that LeBron, the thing about LeBron is that he's not really, in terms of innovation with this game, not really innovation. He's essentially a generational talent that expanded upon what Magic Johnson could do, right? Magic Johnson was a 6'9" guy that can pass and could score. LeBron James is a 6'9" guy that is like 10 times stronger than Magic Johnson, but can pass just about as good and can score better than Magic could. So he's essentially Magic Johnson, but better. He's a bit better than Magic Johnson because of his ability to shoot the three a little bit better, his power and his strength and his ability to drive to the basket and finish. But essentially, he's Magic Johnson. LeBron's game, though, isn't innovative in any type of way outside of he's bigger, faster, and stronger. He's the genetically engineered. He's the Xbox. He's the genetically engineered to be the best or whatever. You know, like a Series X or at least in concept. He was genetically engineered, blessed to be bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody on the court. Did he do anything that's innovation from a game standpoint? No. But he's bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody on the court. So therefore, success. Sephiroth with the $5 and says, it's time to bring this chat despair, play my song, and marvel at my ultimate form. Yo, thank you so much, Sephiroth, for the $5. Appreciate that. Sebastian with the 10. Let's see here. LOL, I think you forgot me, OJ. Still the homie. Shinru, nobody forgot you. What are you talking about, Shinru? Oh, what the hell? I did in my rant. Shinru, $15 Toby. I did the Toby Blaster, but I didn't read your comment. Okay, I forgot to read your comment. I was in the middle of the rant of one of the most important rants in PlayerEssence history. Let's see here. Shinru says, what did I miss so far, OJ? I'm about to shovel snow before I go play some games and listen to the stream. Can you play something from Dragon Quest 11? Doesn't matter to me. Okay, I will play 3 songs from Dragon Quest 11 for that Toby Blaster. And thank you so much, Shinru. I'm really sorry about that. We got into a heated, not heated, but we got into a passionate discussion. You guys know I love history. History is my favorite subject. English and history are my favorite subjects of all time, but history by far is my favorite subject. I love when everybody was falling asleep during World War I. I was like, oh. Or in World War II, I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. You know, Civil War, Revolutionary War. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I love that stuff, man. It's so good. So when people talk about history of gaming, I love it. That's why I love documentaries. I love documentaries. I love, you know, anything that's based off of real stuff, like anything that's like forensic files, stuff that's based off like history, like the crazy murders that had happened, like most publicized ones, like anything that's based on history. I love that crap. So I'm very passionate about history, Shinru. So I'm sorry, you got lost in the talk about it, man. You know, you got lost, but thank you for the 15. Thank you for the 2. You know, you're still the homie, bro. I got you for 3 songs. I got you for 3 songs, man. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 11. Let's see, as someone who was about to be a social studies teacher, tell me about it. Yeah, man, social studies, dude. Let's go, baby. Best subject out there. I love it too. Yeah, it's great. Your older brother got into Yale? Oh, shots. Hopefully got a scholarship. That's good though. Let's see. Yeah, and I was very protective of their IP. Okay, never mind. You're talking to somebody else. All right. So if you guys have questions or comments or topics, let's go. Let's talk about it, man. That was a good discussion, though. I love the PS1 discussion, N64, NES. All that is great. Yeah, I mean, I disagree, but I think that it's good that it's good that Drake brought that up because he's not the only one that thinks that. It's good that, and that's good. Differing opinions is fantastic because if we didn't have that different opinion, I never would have went on my rant about the history and everything like that. We could never talk about these things. We went into Microsoft and what they did, Sega and what they did. That's why I said I highly suggest to you guys, even if you're not into certain things, like for example, I just got done watching the meta game. You know, hold on, let me read off what he has to say here. So PlayerEssence, the N64 is not overrated. If you are saying LeBron is the Xbox of the NBA, then you're also saying he has no game. That's a good one. Let's see here. The N64 is not overrated industry-wide. Industry-wise, no. Without the N64, the modern age of 3D gaming, by many developers' accounts, would not be here. The modern age of multiplayer and getting people to play games, not just by yourself, but actually playing games with people, would not be here. Remember, guys, the multi-ports built into the system itself, 4 people could play the game. That was absolutely influential to the gaming as a whole and all of that. Now, industry-wide, that's fine. Now, if you think games-wise that it was overrated, that's fine. You can think that. But industry and innovation-wise, absolutely not. you can talk to any developer that's in their 40s right now or in their 50s, and they say, yo, what was influential to you to creating 3D gaming? They'll all say N64. They'll all point N64, 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 one after another. N64, 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 Ocarina of Time. Z targeting. Before Ocarina of Time, games did not do Z targeting, by the way, is still used to today's day. Z, like the same dead ass Z targeting. Hold down a button, you lock on, you can strafe one way, strafe another way, backflip, side, forward dash into somebody. Z targeting to this day still operates the best and how it was from the freaking N64. Z targeting, that thing from Ocarina of Time. You know? That's huge. That's huge. That's Z without Z targeting. Imagine games without imagine action games without Z targeting. Now you can have games without Z targeting, right? And they can still be good. They can still be good. There are games without it. I don't think Ghost has it, and that's a very good game. But imagine all the games that have it. Like Dark Souls, that's a game that they said that Zelda was influential with Z targeting. Darksiders, another game that's influential with Z targeting. I mean, it's just there's game after game after game after game after game after game after game that was like, without Zelda Ocarina of Time showing us how to create an action game in 3D space with combat that was fluid and combat that worked, man, we would have been lost. Because I didn't play a game before then. Now, there might have been lock-on systems, but Z targeting with like the dash one way, dash the other way, backflip or backdash, you know, forward dash into something and strafe around your opponent to where the camera didn't get all crazy on you. That was hard to do, you know? Great quality PC ports. I don't really know as much about that, so Dark Souls would have been even more insane. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, you get me hyped for LOL Nintendo for I'm just a big history guy when it comes to this. I mean, there's still, like I said, there's lots of stuff that all these systems, you know, they've all innovated in their own, in some type of way, you know, in some way, shape, or form when it comes down to it. Now, there's always like games argument, right? Like Drake's saying here in terms of games, or like TH3 saying here in terms of games. And yeah, games way more on the PS1. But in terms of industry and the lasting impact of what was in the industry, it's not even close. The N64 was that system, you know, was that system that said, yo, like multiplayer, we can do that, you know? Multiplayer, that's fun. Playing games with other people in the same space, that's super fun, you know? That's super, super, super fun. So, I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Like, I think everybody has good comments and good stuff here. Imagine Kingdom Hearts without Z targeting. I know, imagine Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Kingdom Hearts. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, we can start naming games, right, that all do some form of Z targeting. Whether it's a light form of it or a full-blown, yo, this is Z targeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important. Yo, Icy Boy says, oh, no, honey. Yo, Icy Boy. Yo, thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, every Zelda game that I know of, every 3D Zelda game has that Z targeting point in, I guess. Just, but it's still the best way to control action games. Like, I was upset that Ghost didn't have Z targeting. Like, I think that every game should have, every 3D action game should have Z targeting. And if you don't want to use Z targeting, then there should be an option to turn it off. But there shouldn't ever be a game, a 3D action game that doesn't have Z targeting. Like a 3D, like where you're using swords and stuff and hitting people, like that type of game. Every 3D game should have it. There should be like, oh, no Z targeting. No, it's like, no, you should have it. And if somebody doesn't want to use Z targeting, simply have an option in the system to remove the Z targeting from the system. But every game should actually have it, in my opinion. You know? Yeah, Metroid Prime has it has a lock-on Z target, right? Where you lock on and then you can strafe around and shoot. So yeah, a form of it. Yeah, of course, absolutely. In terms of innovation, I agree. I really love the GameCube for its games compared to the Indie library. Well, yeah, games-wise, yeah, it's not close. I think the PS1 obviously had, you know, bigger games, did better, all that stuff like that. You know, but influential-wise, if we're talking about the history and influential, they all kind of point at the N64. You know, PS1 was very good. I think what PS1 did, that was more influential. If you want to talk about something that was influential, making the RPG space, essentially taking over from where the Super Nintendo was, which, I mean, we'd already seen those games that had like those huge expansive RPGs, and then being able to do that in a 3D realm, you know, PS1 expanded upon that idea. I mean, there had been systems that had done that beforehand, you know, before 1995, that were on different systems, but Sony made that very popular with Final Fantasy VII, with the 3D graphics and what it was capable to do on the PS1, which is cool, but once again, it had been done before, just obviously expansion on there, you know? People criticize N64 for its small library of games compared to the PS1, but people tend to forget the quantities and obviously not with the quality. Well, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of crap games on PS1, but there's a lot of good games on PS1 too. There's crap games on N64 too, though. I mean, like, every system has crap games, but yeah, like N64. If you're talking about, like, I've heard this argument before with the N64, which this stream has turned into a history stream, that's fine by me. Who gives a crap about the topics today? When we're talking about history of the gaming, that's just infinitely more fun than I don't know what else we're talking about today. Sephiroth is cool though. We talked about that, but anyway, when you're talking about like quality versus quantity, Sony had a lot of quality and a lot of quantity. N64 had a extremely high quality, but short quantity. But the quality of N64, the top 20, 30 games, can go toe-to-toe with any other system's top 20 games, or top 30 games, or whatever the case is. However, it's when you expand to, okay, how about the top 50 games? Or the top 100 games. That's where the N64 falls into some problems, because outside of that top 20, top 30, the N64 falls extremely short. Whereas the PS1, the GameCube, even the GameCube, PS2, every other system essentially, every other popular system or any system that had any type of success, they can all expand way past that. Whereas the N64 has trouble with that. Has trouble with it. Yeah, N64 did not have RPGs. That was the problem. That was one of the big problems. RPGs were extremely popular back then, though. Yeah, if it's like the top 20 N64 games, it can go toe-to-toe with any system. Easily. The top 20 games of the N64 are definitely like, yo. Like, if you're talking about, like, okay, we're talking like GoldenEye, right? There was nothing on the PlayStation 1. like Perfect Dark, GoldenEye. You know what I'm saying? Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64. You know, if these games are like, yo, these games are crazy. Yeah, Blast Corps. I mean, like I said, the top 20, really good. Majora's Mask. I mean, really good. But the problem is outside of that. You know? Doom 64. I mean, he says most of those games age a lot. Have you ever played PS1 games? PS1 games probably age worse than N64 games. The control in a lot of those games are really bad. Both of those systems aged poorly, but I would say that N64 games in today's day, if you want to play N64 games, those are probably more playable. Like, you can go back and play like Mario Party. I think Mario Party is way more playable than a lot of the games that are on PS1, you know. Paper Mario, yeah, Paper Mario. I mean, there's just, the top 20 is really good. It's just the outside of the top 20. That's where the PS1 just blows it out of the water, you know. FF7 is the exception to the rule. FF7 is very good. It's still all the Final Fantasy games, all the RPGs are really good. They still play okay in today's day. I still think that like playing Mario 64 in today's day is just as good as playing like a Final Fantasy 7, like when they re-released it. You know, but that's just my thought process. I did, if you're mistaken, N64 had the greatest RPG of all time. Quest 64, yes. Star Fox 64. Star Fox 64 is very much playable. Okay, hold on. Star Fox 64 is very much still extremely playable I think it's more playable than most of the games that were in that era, like the PS1 and N64. Like, Star Fox 64 is probably, in my opinion, the most playable and aged the best out of the N64 games. That game, it moves smooth. It still looks amazing. It still plays extremely well. And it doesn't look too bad. Like, Star Fox 64 looks pretty good. It's blurry textures here and there, but it's not bad at all. It moves at a good frame rate. Everything's very solid with Star Fox 64. It's aged extremely well. I think it's aged better than almost all of the games on PS1 and N64. That is probably the game that's aged the best out of the 64 era, or out of that generation, that 5th generation, in my opinion. Ocarina of Time moves at 20 frames per second. So for some people, they would say, oh, well, Ocarina of Time, not so much. Star Fox, it's really good. It's really, really good. Okay, Donkey Kong 64 definitely did not age well. Diddy Kong Racing did, though. Diddy Kong Racing is very playable in today's day. It's very playable in today's day. Yoshi's Story is different because Yoshi's Story is a 2D game and it moves at 60 frames per second. So Yoshi's Story is definitely more playable than Donkey Kong 64. I think by a large, in today's day, oh, Yoshi's Story by far. It's a 2D game. People love like Ori and all these 2D games that are, you know, Cuphead, all these games that have that. Yoshi's Story has aged very good. It plays extremely well in the N64. Smash Brothers plays very well. And I mean, you can go back and play Smash Brothers. That plays very well. There's nothing wrong with Smash Brothers on the N64. Like, it's 60 frames. It's 60 frames. It plays very, very, very well. You know, Paper Mario plays very well. You know, Smash, Paper Mario, Mario 64. Mario 64 even plays pretty well in today's day. Yeah, there's still some things with it, but it still plays pretty good in today's day. Mario 64 is not bad. You know, I think Mario 64 is good. Oh, all of the wrestling games. WCW versus NWO Revenge plays extremely well in today's day. The WrestleMania 2000, very good. They're not bad at all. Heck, WCW versus NWO Revenge is better than the majority of wrestling games released today, right? And I'm not just saying that just to say it. It legitimately works better than the WWE 2K games. Like, that's not cap. Like, it's actually, I think it might be factual. It might be, well, opinionated, but still, you know? It might be, you know? Pokemon Stadium, yeah. Conker's Bad Fur Day was really good. I think that's aged a bit, but yeah, it's good. What about Mickey's Speedway USA? That was criminally underrated kart racer. I think some people say like Beetle Adventure Racing or something like that. That might be like the best racing game that people didn't play. But I haven't played the Mickey's game, Shadowbreaker. We need a remake of Ocarina of Time. A full remake would be dope. We did get like a really nice, almost remake / remaster of the game on the 3DS, which was really good. WCW versus NWO was amazing. No other wrestling game has come close. It's tough, man. That's one of the best wrestling games of all time, you know. Rare dub from OJ. Quit. Troy, you're silly. GoldenEye aged poorly too. GoldenEye's definitely aged poorly because we've had shooters that are obviously way better than GoldenEye, but you can't knock GoldenEye because it was like one of the first. It was the game. It was the COD4 of, you know how COD4 is COD. That's the game that started the revolution of online multiplayer shooters with the RPG aspects. Like, it started that with COD4. Before that, people didn't do games like COD, right? COD4. COD had been around. We had COD in, you know, COD had been around. We had Big Red One. We had Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty Big Red One. We had like 2 or 3 Call of Duties before COD4, right? We had 3. Obviously 3. We had 3 Call of Duties. But when COD4 came out, that was the innovation. That was in that took it to where we are right now. However, before COD, I can guarantee you, all those developers, in terms of like making a shooter, they all looked at Perfect Dark and GoldenEye. Those are the 2 games that ushered in the modern age of the shooter. Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, Time Splitters. In the 6th generation, it was Time Splitters. Okay? So those 3 games, to me, are the first-person shooters, are the most influential, or some of the most influential ones in where we got to at this point. And then COD is like you know, the new age. It's like, I don't know, it's like Leffen or something like that, right? You got all the gods, all the old ones. I've been watching Metagame, obviously. And then you have this douchebag that comes in and says, all your gods, all of your amazing games, I will slay, I will kill all of them, you know? Doom, yes, Doom as well. The only thing with Doom, though, Doom was not, it was a very different stuff. We're talking about console games, right? Doom was a PC game. Half-Life PC game. Those are different. That's a different thing. We're talking about how does it work on a console, right? COD4 got big on console. It wasn't PC. PC had already had those it had Doom, it had Wolfenstein, it had those first-person shooters, but that was a different realm. Console was something different. Doom on the Super Nintendo was trash, okay? Doom on the Super Nintendo was garbage. The console Dooms were trash, and you guys know it, okay? It wasn't until GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. Those were trash, and you guys know. Let's not try to, let's not, we're talking about console here, okay? We're talking about console here. Doom was there, we know that, but that influenced a lot of things. Doom influenced, and that was big, right? That was big. That probably gave him inspiration to make GoldenEye and all that. I get that, but if we're talking console gaming, it was definitely GoldenEye. It was definitely that. Doom, yes, that's there. That's the OG. Doom is like Ken. Y'all know Ken from Smash Brothers? The King of Smash? Yeah, that's Doom. It's Ken. It's Ken. Without him, might not be much. But the new age, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, that's like Mango, Mewtwo King, all those guys. COD4, that's freaking Leffen. Comes in, douchebag, this is the best. We've got this. I've studied all of you guys' moves. I know all of your tech. I can do everything that you guys can do, and even better, you guys all suck. Everybody by me. You guys will all die, and I'm gonna be the only one left. And it's like not true. Doom's still around and great, but Call of Duty absolutely destroys Doom in sales. It's like not even close. Call of Duty's all the way up here, and Doom is all the way down there. Perfect Dark is dead. It's getting a reboot, but it's dead. Perfect Dark is dead. GoldenEye is dead. And the only, at the top of the mountain, the only one left is freaking COD. COD is the shooter of shooters. All the other first-person shooters, they're around, but they do not compare to Call of Duty. Call of Duty is it. It is the freaking Leffen. Matt, dude. Halo's down there with Doom. Halo's nowhere near COD. We're not talking about just game quality, okay? We're talking about popularity. We're talking about the quality of the game, popularity, sales, whatever. All of that mixed in together, okay? Call of Duty is on another level. Halo, Doom, Perfect Dark, whenever that comes out, GoldenEye, the reboot, or James Bond, that was a big franchise at one point. James Bond, Time Splitters is dead. Everything's dead or nowhere near the level of a Call of Duty. You know? The funny thing is that Halo Trilogy was great, right? And all those games were great. But Halo, even the sales of Halo 1, 2, and 3 even pale in comparison to Call of Duty. That's how much bigger. Halo 1, 2, and 3, get them all. Tie them up. Put them together. Dance around. It still doesn't hit what COD is hitting. Now, that's obviously COD is multi-platform, you know, so that's unfair. It's not completely fair, but even still, man, like, it's crazy. Aiden Quinn with the $1.99 and says, play Profane Deity from Sakuna Rice and Moon. Okay, I've got some more music to play. Sorry. I've got some more music to play. I've got to get through all this music. I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing music here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I get so passionate and I love this talk that I forget to freaking play people's music. I'm so sorry, guys. As you guys can tell, I'm very into this right now. And I'm very happy that we're having this discussion because I freaking love it. It's like legitimately fun as hell to talk about this stuff. I'm sorry. So I've been missing you guys' music. Okay, let me see here. Dragon Quest 11. Okay, we got that. I'll play some more later. Let's see here. Sebastian, Wind Waker. We played the Wind Waker theme. All right, we need to play Sephiroth music. All right, we need to play Sephiroth's theme. Shout outs though. All right, so we have some more. Thank you for the $1.99 though, Aiden. I appreciate that. Let's see here. COD is kind of disqualified because it's a yearly release. LOL. No, it's not. Sorry, but that's not a rule. That's a rule you just made up. That's a joke. No, it's not. It's not disqualified from anything. You know, at one point, Final Fantasy was almost a yearly release. Did you know that? Remember, Final Fantasy. When did Final Fantasy 7 come out? Final Fantasy 7 came out in what, like 97, right? Between that and between Final Fantasy 10 coming out, do you know how many Final Fantasy games that there were? 7, 8, and 9. All before like the year like 2000, 2001. They were pumping those games out damn near yearly. That doesn't mean, oh, I guess that doesn't count. Because Final Fantasy was coming out almost every single year. No, all 7, 8, 9, all those games count and they're all good. That counts. Yeah, 97, 98, 99. Yeah, yearly. Yearly for those. And then 2 years for FF10 because graphics. So, guy, you're saying this. I've got a buddy of mine that rags on COD nonstop, complaining that Destiny 2 is the best first-person shooter because he says COD is too simple. Wait a minute. We're not talking about the quality of the game. We're not talking about that. We're talking about everything. We're talking about the money, the clout. We're talking about everything, guys. It's not subjective in terms of your opinion. That's only one small factor of it, right? That's just one not small, but that's just a factor. Because I don't like Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it either. But we're talking everything combined, right? We're talking blockbuster type of games. We're talking like big. We're talking like people wouldn't play Call of Duty if it wasn't somewhat good. If Call of Duty was completely trash, it wouldn't sell as much as it sells. If it was like really like an actual bad game, like if it was like Cyberpunk on PS4 and Xbox One, people wouldn't be playing Call of Duty as much as they're playing it, you know? It was a joke. Yeah, I know that was a joke. I said, I know that was a joke. I knew it had to be a joke. id Tech is the only first-person developer we have with quality. The only first-person developer we have with quality? I don't think so, but okay. 557 came out in 99 on my birthday. No, it came out in 97. I think you're talking about Final Fantasy. I think it was Final Fantasy 9 came out then. As a fan of the franchise, that is true. COD is like that chicken head everybody on the blog knows. COD, I think COD is like that. It's like McDonald's. It's like the food's not bad, but it's not gourmet. And it's like always gonna be there, everywhere, every year, no matter where you go. You can't escape McDonald's. You can't escape McDonald's. You can't escape it. They'll be there. Through life and death. 100 years from now, Call of Duty will be here. Freaking on our deathbed, sitting there playing Call of Duty 77 or something like that. I mean, like, it's the thing that you just can't escape. COD is always good fun and up to buy it. Yeah, like if you go to McDonald's, you'll find something on the menu that you like. Like, it's not all trash. Like, people are like, oh, it's garbage. No, you'll find something. They've got some pretty good grilled chicken sandwiches, man. Like, it's nice grilled chicken. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to pick there first for a grilled chicken sandwich. Heck, IHOP has a better grilled chicken sandwich than McDonald's. You know? There's countless places that have better grilled chicken, but it's not a bad grilled chicken sandwich. You know, it's not bad. It's just not amazing, but it's not bad. You can find something that you like. I mean, the salad or the breakfast, you'll find something on that menu because the menu's freaking gigantic. And if you live in different parts of the world, Like when I was in Amsterdam, they had an amazing menu. The food was expensive as hell at that airport, but dude, they had a freaking fake chicken sandwich, and it was like legitimately the tastiest fake chicken sandwich, or fake, it was something vegan chicken. I don't know what the hell it was. It was something. The bread was like a brown wheat, dude. It was like the tomatoes and the pickles and onions. It was delicious. It was the best freaking sandwich I've ever had at McDonald's in my life. I was like, yo. So if you live in a different country, or if you live somewhere, it might even be better. But no matter what, you can't escape McDonald's, and that's Call of Duty. You can't escape them. It's like Sephiroth, you know. He just shows up. Like you just see the theme, McDonald's. Like, no, I'm in freaking Amsterdam, and I'm eating at McDonald's, bro. Since Call of Duty is trash, Cyberpunk 2077 is way better than that game. I guess not the PS4 and Xbox One version. Let's see. Okay, it was 97. I don't know what I was thinking about, but it was on my birthday, 97. Hey, there you go. Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 9 had a year earlier, 97, 99, 2000, 2001. Okay, there you go. 99, 2000, 2001. Okay, so oh, they took a 1 year off in between there. So it was a little bit staggered. So it was 97, then 99, then 2000, then 2001. Okay, I got you. Why are you not streaming Cyberpunk 77? Because the game's not that great. I don't really feel like streaming it. The UI is a mess. Glitches. I'm just gonna wait for the PS5, the actual PS5 version of the game. It's not anywhere near as good as people like. People are just playing Cyberpunk and just hyping Cyberpunk. Even still to this point, Cyberpunk, even without the glitches, even if it's just on PC, even whatever it is, because I haven't ran into too many. It's not. I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as people hype. It's not worth the 8-year wait. It's not as good as people hyped it up to be. And maybe I'm falling victim to what people are saying about the game, and that's fine, but I've played it. But I don't think, from what I've played, I don't think Cyberpunk is that great. And I've put a number of hours into the game at this point. It's just an open world game with very limited options in the open world, with a lot of cool stuff that you can do combat wise, but it's so complicated and complex to even get to those options. The UI is just so clunky. And I mean, there's guys like Mr. Pio, who sits there and he 100%s every single game. He's a gamer. This guy knows what he's doing. He's a hardcore dude. Sits there and says, "Hey man, I didn't even use all my points for Cyberpunk. Well, I had 33 points and didn't even." Mr. Pio, this guy 100%s platinum games like nothing. He's a hardcore. He knows what he's a very good dude. Dude didn't even know that you can use your freaking points, because the tutorial, there's no tutorial, there's no like actual, like it's so horrible with the UI and how to use things. Like, it's just, Cyberpunk is it's an overrated slop of a game right now. They need to fix it before I even sit there and spend any time on it. It's the overrated slop of a game. Dude legit has 33 points. It's like, hey guys, I didn't even know that I had all these points that I was using. Like, the game, how do you not know that? Like, a simple thing, like a simple button. Borderlands 3. This game, or any of the Borderlands games, when you get an upgrade point, it's literally like a little thing that pops up on the UI and it says, you have upgrade points available. Hold down this button, go straight to it, and spend the point. It's a tree that starts from the top and then goes down, then easily explains what you gotta do to get to the next thing. 3 different skill trees, all on one page, all that go down in a tree and branch off from those trees and give you extra skills. Very simple, very easy, with some depth in there. What the hell is up with Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk, they put this fat thing on there with a bunch of different weird little cyberkinetic stuff that's all over the place, and you can jump from one thing to another. It's like, this UI is ridiculous. This upgrading system is absolutely atrocious. Like, who thought this was a good idea? And they don't even give you a tutorial on it. They just say, okay, just go. They don't even tell you anything. Or like Mario plus Rabbids, that goes in like order. Cyberpunk is a mess. There's a good game in there, don't get me wrong. Like, the gunplay is fantastic. The graphics are really good when they actually load up. The game is still good. Like, the game is still, I think there's still a good game in there for people, but it's not this, oh my gosh, amazing. It's just everyone hyped themselves up to oblivion for this game, and the game is just not as good. So people are trying to justify their own hype and years that they've spent and saying, oh my God, and say, oh no, it's still good despite me crashing, despite the game crashing 5 million times, despite me having all sorts of glitches, despite me going through walls, despite me doing all this, despite all that, oh, it's still a very good game. Because you're trying to, because you've mentally put so much into this game of how good it was going to be. Your brain is legitimately, I forgot, TH3, help me with the effectiveness. I don't know what the, can somebody tell me what the effective is, like when you convince yourself. I forgot what psychology wise, what the definition of what this is called, but you've mentally conditioned yourself, to use Smash terms, delusional, not delusional, but you've mentally conditioned yourself that Cyberpunk is a game that you're going to like. Cyberpunk is an amazing game. So no matter what happens, the game can crash over and over. The game can glitch. The game can do this, can do that. It does not matter. You've already conditioned yourself because of your hype for 8 years that the game is going to be good. So therefore, no matter what, you're going to tell yourself the game is good because it's graphics, because it's this, because you've been playing it, you know? And I think that's what a lot of that is going on right now. Sunk cost fallacy. I think that might be it. Wave God. Let me double check. Sunk cost fallacy. Yes, sir. A sunk cost fallacy. Individuals commit the sunk cost fallacy when they continue a behavior or endeavor as a result of previously invested resources. Could be like time, money, effort, into this. So much time has went by. So much effort has went to defending the game, saying that it's going to be amazing. You've invested in the Xbox One with the Cyberpunk. You know, you've invested in this big box. You're so much time and your thinking has been invested into how good this game is going to be. No matter what happens, you're saying it's good. Sunk cost fallacy. Thank you so much, Wave God. Smart man. Placebo is something that happens after there's a fix of something or something has happened to where people are saying one thing and then maybe you think that even though something different happened. That's the placebo effect, right? It's like, okay, well, this is bad. Update came out. Is it better? I think it's better. I don't know if maybe it's better. It plays better, right? It has to be. They said it was better, so it plays better, right? So that's kind of like the placebo effect. I'm not sure if this is exactly, exactly the same type of thing, but I see what you're saying, Justin. I see what you're saying. Sunk cost fallacy. Thank you. We got some smart people here. I knew it was something that I learned in debates and something that I learned in my classes that I took, but I just didn't remember it. Yeah, sunk cost fallacy. Exactly. That's kind of hard to remember though. Sunk cost. No, you got to think about like money, like cost. So sunk cost, sinking cost of you putting your time, sinking your time into something, sinking your time into things, and then the cost of that, what happens, and then the results of when that product or that thing actually happens. You know, like, yeah. So it makes sense. Okay, I'll never forget that now. It's going to be ingrained in my brain. For instance, getting a placebo instead of the actual treatment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see here. I trusted and fell for the CD Projekt Red meme. Confirmation bias. Yeah, it can be like a confirmation bias almost. Yeah, but I think the true meaning of it is definitely sunk cost because people are saying it's good. Any other game that launches in this situation of a Cyberpunk would be, you would not say that it's good. I highly doubt that if, let's just say, the Outer Worlds launched with the type of stuff that's going on with Cyberpunk on PS4, base PS4 and Xbox One, with that type, all this stuff, people would, dude, they say Outer Worlds is trash. Look at Fallout 76, trash. People would say that, but it's Cyberpunk. It's CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red has built this mystique to them, you know? They've built this mystique to them. They've built this, this aura about them. It's almost like when Michael Jordan came back to play basketball, and people, not the first time, but the second time, right? And people were afraid to say that, yo, he's not very good. Good for a 40-something-year-old, but he's not very good. And because the legacy that he built, right? Don't get me wrong, Michael Jordan would have destroyed me, you know, even at my prime in basketball. I'm not even trying to sit here in front. He still destroyed me now, and I'm, you know, he's older than me, but he's still destroying me now, you know? But what I'm just trying to say is, like, people don't want to admit it. It's like they're so built up. This is this historic, this legendary developer. Man, they're just so Witcher 1, Witcher 2, Witcher 3, good old GOG, GOG. They're legendary. They do everything by the consumer. They do this, they do that. They're so good over the course of 10 plus years, right? Or whatever. So they've built up this legendary image. And then they can't believe that this happens, because this is legitimately, take it easy, Tommy. This is legitimately the definition of anti-consumer. There is no doubt. There is no question. There is no argument. This is anti-consumer. They sold a game they knew was broken. On PS4, they admitted to it and said, we're going to release it anyway. The definition of anti-consumer. I never want to hear somebody throw anti-consumer around again when it comes to a limited release, or when it comes to charging, Xbox charging for online, back anti-consumer, or I never want to hear it again. That's just stuff you don't like. But in every single one of these cases, with Nintendo or with Microsoft, you are told what will happen before it happens. So the consumer is informed. You are told, everybody that has it, you are shown the game, you are shown what will happen, you are shown what it is, and as a consumer, you can make your decision to support said product or not. These people purposefully hid gameplay on a game that was pre-ordered on good faith of the company, and their words saying it plays surprisingly well. It does this and that. It's pretty good on Xbox. They intentionally and then continue to hide the game. Did not give people review codes. Did not do, they could, embargoes. They consistently, one by one, meticulously, over the course of years, hid the PS4 and Xbox One base versions of the game. This is legitimately slimy anti-consumer. This is not comparable. So all this anti-consumer stuff I saw with Microsoft and charging for online when that first came out, and also maybe even with DLC, heck, even to some degree with some things with microtransactions or some stuff like this takes the cake. This takes the absolute cake. There is nothing that I remember in recent memory that is on this level. Microtransactions, you know, for the most time beforehand, you as a consumer can support the developer or not. They say, hey, this is gonna be in there, Madden, you know, whatever, blah, 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 you can still do this. They legitimately hid gameplay from you. This is not even close. I don't want to hear anti-consumer anymore when it comes to a limited release or when it comes to other things, because you knew exactly what was happening beforehand, the time frame of when it was, how it looked, how it played, how it is, and you can support it as a consumer or not. These people hid it from you, continue taking pre-orders after pre-order after pre-order to the tune of 8 million pre-orders, probably with a good portion of those pre-orders on the Xbox and PlayStation. It wasn't all just PC, okay? So that's the problem that I have here. So I never want to hear that again when it comes to it, because this is the worst. This is the scummiest of scum. This is pretty bad, guys. It's pretty bad. I mean, Nate the Hate, MVG, you've got obviously RGT. Everybody's kind of going in, and I think that they're maybe not even going in enough. I think that CD Projekt Red is getting off easy. This is easy how they're getting off with this one. So EA greater than CD Projekt Red. I will say this. EA did some, I would say that EA did let us know about microtransactions most of the time before their game comes out. So you can opt to support it or not. This in general is worse than what EA, because I don't recall a time when EA, they might have done it, but I don't recall a time when EA hid microtransactions and hid all of that, then said, oh, here they are. And then on top of that, didn't show us the game, didn't show us how it played, plays like crap. Like, at least the games play okay with EA, right? Like Star Wars Battlefront 2. Dude, that was scummy. They put microtransactions into the multiplayer that affects the gameplay, so people who pay can have an advantage over people who don't. However, we saw that, I think, beforehand. I think. Now, I'm not 100%, but I think. But the game still plays good. So even if you buy the game, it's like, okay, well, you know, I bought the game, but the game still plays good. It still plays smooth. It's not laggy. It plays okay. It plays okay, right? This is worse because not only did they hide stuff, but then the game also plays like crap at times. It's glitchy, it's buggy, it's bad. At least EA's games are more polished. Now, obviously, Anthem, not necessarily the case, but Anthem might be more, Anthem's more polished than Cyberpunk on PS4 and Xbox One. Pretty sure it is. You know? Naughty Dog isn't scummy. Game Freak got hated for being 100% honest and transparent. I don't know if they're 100% honest, but they were more transparent and they showed the game beforehand. So you had the option of, they told you how many Pokemon that roughly that were going to be in the game in there, right? They told you, hey, we're not putting this. They told you this is how the game looks, and you have the option of buying the game or not. So they were being anti-consumer, this and that, blah, 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 right? So no more of this, right, guys? If a company shows you exactly what's happening, what is going on, what you as a consumer, you have the option of buying the game or not. Now you still have the option of buying the game with CD Projekt Red of that, but they hid so much information from you, you didn't know, and you went off of good faith. They didn't show the game beforehand. They're like, oh no, it plays good. They were telling you that it plays good. So they were lying to your face. They were telling you, oh yeah, it plays good. And then they say, oh, well, we should have spent more time. So they lied. They completely lied on that one. It's a big difference between this in terms of an option to buy or not. One developer is, okay, we trust, okay, the guy's saying that it plays good. The guy's saying that it's okay. So I'm going to trust them. It's CD Projekt Red. They're good, right? So yeah. They should have delayed it. Yeah, they should have delayed it. Well, I mean, The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3 are good. Or sorry, The Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 are good games, Peter. CD Bacon on gaming body, fickle enough to forget the sin, and they committed the next hot item. Honestly, anyone defending them is worse than the free melee. I mean, after watching the metagame, I feel for these guys, you know? I obviously just watching, I mean, a lot of you guys probably won't do it because you just don't care, but watch the metagame documentary, and there's a lot of opportunity, I would say, if things would have been handled differently. Now, I think it's still stupid, like the fact that how some of these guys are acting, but I mean, I would say that there was definitely in 2013, 2014, 2015, there was a lot of opportunity to change maybe the course of how Smash would be or what it is, but once again, that's something that's Nintendo didn't want the competitive community affecting what the developers were going to do, which often it's like that's how it is now, right? Like if you have a fighting game, the community decides how it will play. Oh well, you guys like this, okay, so then we're gonna do this. And I think that's the problem, like if you go too into the the competitive community. But yeah, I feel you though. But I feel for these guys, man. I mean, like, they're all people behind the hashtags and stupid stuff. I mean, like I said, watch the metagame documentary. It's so good. It's so good. It's long though, man. I think it's like 8 hours, dude. It's like 8 or 9 hours. It's long, man. But it's a damn good documentary, dude. It covers Mewtwo King's Rise, but he was already kind of in the first one. But it covers that all the way through Apex 2015. So we're going like from like mid 2000s, late 2000s, mid to late 2000s to 2015. So about a good 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 years, maybe a little bit less than that. 9 to 10 years, 8 to 10 years. It's good. It's really good. You don't even have to like Melee. Just watch it. It's good. It's good. The part on Leffen is great. For those who know Leffen, oh my god, the Leffen. I make this man Sephiroth, dude. This man's freaking Lavos from Chrono Trigger. They portrayed this man as freaking. This man, he was portrayed literally like Lavos, dude. This man was Sephiroth or Lavos. This man coming in. He's coming in on fire, dude. He's crazy. Oh my gosh, dude. Wasn't that the part toxic? No. I don't think so. I mean, what do you mean by toxic though? Let's see. I watched Metagame just talking about the clowns online taking of the rematch. Okay, yeah. You watched the whole thing, nice. Yo, Shinru61 with that Joe. And he says, "Can you play the trainer battle theme from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? I would love for the Pokemon Company to revisit the Shadow Pokemon idea. Maybe a crossover with Persona. What do you think?" A crossover with Persona would be interesting. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun. Let me play Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. So, oh, shout outs to Crit Asher. Thank you for the host, dude. I appreciate that. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Skin of Ruin, Profane, Deity. Okay. Thank you for the $10, Mr. Shinru. Appreciate the support, bro. Appreciate it. You're the homie. It created a lot of controversy and showed the bad side of the community. I don't think so. Let's hear Jay Davy with that Joe. And he says, I have to donate for the Lavos mention. Yo, shout out to Jay Davy. I gotta mention Lavos more. Yo, thank you for the JoJo donation, boys. Shinru and JJ back to back JoJo boys. Who's the next JoJo boy? Let's get it. Can we get the treat? We got Jonathan. We got Joseph. Who's who's the next one here? Let's go. Who's Josuke? Who's Josuke? Thank you for the 10, man. Hey, I still prefer physical games, yeah. In terms of the bad, like they showed the bad side of the community. If anything, it was past that side. From what I remember, none of these allegations and none of the bad stuff happened. I mean, there was probably still bad stuff that happened in that time period, but nothing has came forward. A lot of the stuff that happened was in the time period, I would say. After that, it was in the new age time period, and most of the people accused were newer age players, not Melee players. Like if you want to talk about like the original Smash Brothers documentary, so we're talking like from early 2000s to 2006. We're talking, and then Metagame is from 2006, 2007, Mango's Rise, Mewtwo King's Super Rise, and all that, PPMD, all those guys. So late 2000s, early 2010, 2011. There wasn't really anything too bad in that. And there was still Twitter and all that. There was beef amongst each others, but there was not other stuff. Now, like I said, it still probably could have been happening, but a lot of the stuff seemed to happen with the rise of the new age. So we're talking, you know, Smash Brawl and the people that grew from that to Smash 4 to Smash Ultimate. So a lot of the stuff happened from those. Now, don't get me wrong, there were still Melee people that were accused or that were said some things and all that, but the two biggest names from the Purge was freaking Zero and Nairo, and we all know what happened with Nairo. But even if you want to talk about like Ally and Captain Zack and some of the guys and stuff that happened through there, though, that's all the Brawl newer age Smash 4 Brawl Smash Ultimate, you know, crew. I wouldn't even say like Brawl. I would say like that Smash 4, you know, and Smash Ultimate. That's from there. There's not really anything from that I can remember. The trash talk was, I mean, like Leffen. You know, he got banned for a year for being a douchebag, like physically making fun of how the way people look. But he was like 12, you know. He was like legitimately like 12 years old or something like that. So he got banned for like a year, like in 2014 or 2013 or something like that. Or, you know, he called out Chillin' Dude, you know, and you know. But it's not anything serious. It wasn't anything like that. I mean, there's douchebags, yeah, but I don't remember anything. It's not like sexual assault or anything like illegal, you know? Can you play your favorite Chrono Trigger song? All right, I got you, man. I got you. I'll play Trainer Battle theme next. I love to watch Etika when he was here, and I'm going to say something to you with the best intention. I like to watch your streams because it's like watching Etika. Oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. that's a good compliment, man. That's an amazing compliment. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. I don't think I hold a candle to Etika. I'm not sure if I can even, you know, touch Etika's toes when it comes. I don't know if I even reach that, man. But damn, dude, I'll try. But thank you. I appreciate that. That's probably the best compliment that anybody can ever say to me, because Etika was like an inspiration. Without Etika, my streams are still boring. OJ, hey guys, let's talk about. Yeah, man. Yeah, that game was really good. There's like no passion. There's no emotion. There's no, because I thought that if you're like a black content creator, you've got to be, oh well, people aren't gonna take you seriously if you're not super funny, or if you're not this or that. You've got to actually know your stuff about gaming, and you gotta be 100% business, and like you can talk about stuff sometime, but you can't be completely like fun and crazy, you know. Otherwise, people think that you're just like, oh, just another loud person on the internet that's not as funny as other people, right? So before that, I didn't know that you could do your streams that way, and you can do stuff. So Etika taught me that. I was like, man, like you can be the goofy, silly person as an African American, or as an African, you can be that person, and you can still know what you're talking about. Because Etika still did news videos. He still talked about gaming, but he was still that crazy, kind of funny, his own style. Now, obviously, I'm not as crazy as what Etika would say on stream, but I think there's a lot of similarities to me when Etika first started getting popular with the streaming, before he went completely off the walls with some of the crazy stuff that he said. I think there's a lot of similarities with how my streams were and how Etika's streams were, like, let's say in like 2013 or 2014. I think in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, things got a little, went a little bit too far. But I think pre that, I think it was, I think that's kind of where I learned the most from Etika, Give me 1 second, guys. Let me play this theme for you. Somebody's at my door for some reason. Trainer battle theme, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Trainer. All right, I'll be right back. What's up? Abaddon? Somebody definitely rang my doorbell, but they're not there anymore. So it seems like it was probably a somebody trying to sell like solar panels or something like that. What's up, Abaddon? So I remember when you and Supermodel Dave used to make videos together. Dave is all right, but he's a bit diluted. Still waiting for that Switch Pro. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I think Dave's a good guy at heart, but I mean, definitely a little weird on some stuff. Real quick, guys, I didn't go over some of the topics because we got so sidetracked. Tales of Arise is in its final stages of development, so that game's looking really good. This is following the comments during the Tales of 25th Anniversary Special live event on December 15th. Tales of series general producer Yusuke Tomizawa shared a further update on Tales of Arise with the latest issue of Weekly Famitsu. So here are the things with it. They said that more news is coming in the near future. Development is currently in the final stages. The staff is working hard to improve the quality. Recovery from the chaos caused by COVID-19 pandemic is also underway. Although they are aiming for a level of quality that can be accepted worldwide, the game will not neglect its Japanese fans. They're aiming to create a JRPG that both Japan and the world can be proud of. So, think Final Fantasy. think Final Fantasy with that one. But yeah, man. Favorite game of all time, Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. See, Etika's playthrough of Fire Emblem Awakening was emotional. He sold me on that game. Oh yeah, Etika sold a lot of Fire Emblem copies. I'll tell you that right now. Etika sold a lot of copies of Fire Emblem. So he sold the rise of streaming, the rise of YouTube, and the rise of streaming, and the rise of content creators being able to talk about these type of smaller niche games definitely helped out games like Fire Emblem. Without the community support of Fire Emblem, and without people saying how good it is, and people being passionate about it, I don't know if Fire Emblem would have been what it is. But yeah, man. Absolutely. So yeah. On the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 streams, especially the ending. Oh man, yeah, it was great. What's my second favorite game? Guys, I mean, I don't know, like something like Fire Emblem Awakening, or like Fire Emblem or something like that. Thank you guys for the support, though. Support today's been crazy. I'm gonna move on to the next song, though. Shinru, thank you for the support, bro. We're going to play the my favorite Chrono Trigger song. So that's probably, man, my favorite. I don't know. We probably have to go with this one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's a really good one, though. I don't know if it's my favorite, though. Glenn's theme was always so heroic. I always felt that like I can save the world. Like I'm gonna save the world in real life. We're also in random Q&A too, guys. If you guys have questions, I have answers for you guys. So you guys can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, just PlayerEssence by itself. I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Okay, guys? But I always felt that like whenever I played, this theme started up, man. Like I always felt that like I was the savior of the actual world. I always felt that like life was limitless, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. I still feel that way, you know, in today's day. Obviously, it's a bit tougher because you're an adult now, but I still felt that way when it came down to it, you know. But yeah, let's get into some Q&A. I don't have as much time to do questions today, guys, just because I have quite a bit of editing. And I actually have to talk to my wife about some other things, about some stuff. So I don't have as much time for questions, but I think I can go to about maybe 3:30 or so my time. And then I got to get a video ready for you guys. Like I got to really, you know, get a good video ready for you guys so we can get some more subs and get good views and things like that. So those videos take time. So yeah. All right. Frogstein, yeah. Can we get a look at those DMs? All right, yeah, let me check it out, Christian. Sorry. We are already going a bit long, so let me take a look at some of these DMs. Okay, you got some pictures. Okay. All right, let's take a look. So yeah, doing some Unreal Engine 4 stuff here. So it's looking pretty good. Yo, Frank! Get done! Goku! No! Big fireball jutsu! Yo, Frank! Goodness gracious, let's take a look at these pictures too. Yo, Frank with the huge dono! Goodness gracious. Yo, Frank, thank you for the $60. It's been pretty amazing to see this channel grow over the past 5 years, man. Have you been around for 5 years? Goodness gracious. Keep up the good work as usual, yo. Without you guys' support, I'll say this, Frank. Yo, first of all, Frank, you're the homie. You're a roundtable member, man. You've been around for years. I really appreciate your support, bro. Y'all make me tear up with some of this stuff that's been going on today, man. But like the love and support that we see is crazy. Like I said, I've never seen a content creator my size get that type of support. So thank you guys so much, man. You guys mean the world to me. We're almost at 69,000 subscribers. So let's go 69,000. So yeah, let's go 70,000. Hopefully, we probably won't hit 70,000 by the end of the year unless I go on a crazy tear. But you know, 70,000 is pretty good. Hold up real quick here, guys. Okay, never mind. We can play this music. I thought it was copyrighted. So yeah, 70,000 would be pretty good. All right, so that's the first pick, and we're doing this as Ocarina of Time. Looking pretty good here, Christian. Sorry for taking so long on the DMs, Christian. I'm sorry about that, man. All right, so then we also have that one as well. So pretty good, looking good. Look like you're getting everything ready to go. And then this one too. So it's looking good. Unreal Engine 4. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Shout outs, Christian. Congratulations on that, man. You're doing a great job with this stuff, man. I can't wait to see the final product or final video or whatever you put together. The final pictures, images. Good stuff, man. 69K. Nice. Says Kevin. All right. Shout outs. You guys give some love to Frank, man. You guys give some love. Give some love to Frank, man. So shout outs, guys. Goodness gracious. Yo, today's been amazing. Thank you guys for the support today. Dude, I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. Means a lot to me. I thought maybe they delivered my copy of what was it? The copy of Amazon. I have like Indivisible coming in. So I thought maybe that's what the mailbox, you know, but they usually put that, so it's on its way, but it's running late. You know, this game, it was supposed to come yesterday or whatever. Now they're saying it's running late. Today's the 16th, so maybe, I don't even know if dude, it's probably lost. They probably lost it. To be honest, they probably lost it. They probably lost it. Yo, Party Man with the Joe. Let's go, Party Man with the big 2-0. Let's go. Frank R says, yeah, I was a lurker for about a year, and when the Switch released, I started getting more engaged with the channel until I finally became a member. Yo, Frank, man, thank you for the support, bro. I appreciate that. I got my copy of Indivisible today after being delayed. Just wait, and it'll get there. I was supposed to get it yesterday. Oh, okay, cool. Did they deliver it to your... Did they ring your doorbell, or did they put it in your mailbox, Frank? Party Man with the 20. And says, yo, I'm finally on break and actually had time to play games more and longer. School's been keeping me too busy, but your streams helped a lot. Let's play Super Mario Odyssey theme to celebrate. All right, I got you. Frank, what music do you want, dude? Super Mario. And Party Man, are you graduating this year or next year? You're graduating, Party Man. Like, are you done? Do you have another? Like, how many more semesters do you have left? Super Mario Odyssey. man, party man, been here all throughout his whole college years. Yo, shout outs, man. Thank you for the support. Party man with the $20, man. That's a lot of freaking. That's a lot of what's it called? Top ramen, man. Thank you for the support, dude. They dropped it at my door. Okay. I think maybe that was probably the guy. He probably tried to drop it at my door, but I didn't. But usually they wait a little bit longer. But dude took off quick, man. So maybe they put it in my mailbox. They probably dropped it at my door. They probably wanted to drop it at my door, but I don't know why they did it. Just leave it. They didn't leave it there. I looked. They didn't leave it. So, all right. Okay, so they're selling this JBL. Yo, Chris Soyberg. Soilberg? Chris Solberg. Chris Solberg with the Tune-In tier membership. Thank you so much, Chris. Welcome to the Tune-In squad. Thank you for becoming an elite ninja. Thank you. I appreciate that. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy your Discord access on your perk package. And enjoy the Smash lobbies as well. Once we get those going. Alright, so there's this JBL's. I heard JBL's really good. Sound bar. Oh, it's a sound bar. Oh, it's a sound bar with true wireless surround speakers. I want to get a surround sound, but it's a sound bar with speakers, with wireless speakers that you can put around you. It's $4.99. I ain't looking at that, bro. I'm just gonna wait till 7.1 surrounds are like way cheaper. Thank you for the $20. Thank you for the tune into your membership. I have JBL. What sound systems do you guys have? Who has like a 5.1 like surround sound or like a 7.1 surround sound? What do you guys got? I want to put one. I want to put one in my my game room because I'm gonna make a streaming and game room. But like I said, I have to wait till my wife is getting here, and I gotta wait till what we're gonna do with the stuff here. Like I just really wish that I want next year to come soon, you know? I just want next year to come soon. Just so I can, get my wife here. We can start the new room. Like I said, I really want to have a boy. Like I'm really like I'm like, dude, I'm getting old. I need a baby boy. I really want to have a baby boy. I need that little OJ running around here, running up the walls, me chasing him all over the place. I mean, I couldn't freaking catch my daughter. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to catch this guy. I need a little boy running around. LG soundbar. You gonna cop Horizon Zero budget? Probably not. Alright, take it easy, Shadowbreaker. Hey, hold up. Decepticon, how's that soundbar? How is it? Is it pretty good? What's up, Master Aku? Is it good? Play another awesome Chrono Trigger? Alright, I got you. This theme slaps, though. We're gonna have to play some Chrono Trigger. I haven't played this one. Maybe I'll play the Holland music next after this. Hopefully you'll get your witches, brother. If you guys want me to be honest, here's the reality of the situation. In early 2010, the current president of the United States, expanded his travel ban. Like I'm saying, this is not, like I said, I don't want to get into politics, but he expanded it, and it was a very surprise because throughout my whole life, I'm old, I've been around for decades. I've never had to worry about not being able to travel to get a visa or to travel, me traveling or one of my family members traveling here. We're from Nigeria. I've never had that, and in 2020, bam. It just hit me like a truck. Just no visas for anybody from Nigeria. It's never happened before. My mom is an immigrant. She came here a long time ago, and we've never dealt with that, regardless of the state of wherever Nigeria is in. And so I was just shocked. It just shocked me. But the good news is, here's the good news. Like I said, not to get into politics. I don't want to devolve into a politics stream, guys. But the good news is that the incoming president has already stated that that travel ban will be diminished. That travel ban, that's like his one of the number one priorities will be to get rid of that travel ban, which Nigeria is still on. It's been all year, you know, Nigeria is still on there. So that's the number one, that's the first he campaigned on that. So I'm very, 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 very happy about this. I meant 2020, sorry, 2020 was a Nigerian travel ban that expanded. They already had, like, you know, certain countries, but they put Nigeria on there, which was just, it just shocked me, because I would have thought that Nigeria, did we have a terrorist come from Nigeria to do something? I was shocked. It just caught me completely off guard. I couldn't believe it when I saw that Nigeria was on the travel ban list, like, with the other countries. And, like, I would think that, yo, like, wow, we're here, you know? So it just caught me off guard. I was devastated. It really, really hurt me when that happened. So fortunately, that will be addressed, you know? So I'm very, 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 I had a lot of anxiety over this, guys. Like, this really, I had a lot of anxiety over it, because I knew that if something didn't happen, that Nigeria is going to stay on that travel ban list, you know? I don't think that we would have ever came off of that list. I mean, or it would have taken a long time. So I'm very happy about, you know, that being relieved, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't be able, my wife legitimately wouldn't be able to come here. People aren't getting visas. You can't get a visa, you know? So yeah, it's good to hear. Sigh of relief, you know, for me. Everything okay? Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. That's good that it's been revoked. It hasn't been revoked yet. Chuba. It's still in play. So, like, my grandma, for example, she came here on a visa that she already had from, like, a couple of years ago. But if she wanted to come back here, or not, my stepmother-in-law, she was here recently, but she can't come back because her visa expires at the end of this year, and she can't come back. So let's say she wanted to come back on January 15th. She can't. They won't give her a visa. They won't renew it. They won't give her a new one. The only people that can come here from there are, like, people that are, it's like if you get, like, a work visa or, like, certain types, but the large majority of visas for people from Nigeria were banned. So we had no idea if she'd even be able to come back, you know, or when she'd be able to come back, you know. So it hasn't been revoked yet, but I'm guessing that probably, like, around, like, February, executive order will come out, and that will be unbanned, you know. So I know what it's like to feel banned. It's not good. So yes, politicians, we'll see how it goes. But, you know, that was one of the things that he said. That was one of the things that, you know, that the incoming president said that he can't, like, he said multiple times, and even said it again multiple times. So I'm very confident that will be lifted, because there's really no reason to ban Nigerians from coming here. Like, there's no reason. Like, if you look at the numbers, Nigerian people are some of the most productive, and the people that actually get their visa and come here, they don't cause trouble. There's very few that get arrested or get in prison. Very, 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 very small number. I personally don't know most of the Nigerian people that I grew up with or that I know, they're all, like, doctors and lawyers and business owners, and they're all extremely successful people, you know, educated, degrees, high level of degrees, you know. Like, I don't even remember the last time that I met a Nigerian dude that doesn't have his degree. I mean, my brother-in-law, he's a freaking pharmacist, man. He's the most successful person. He's gonna be, like, the most successful person in our family, when it's like all said and done, dude's gonna be a legit high-end pharmacist, man. And like he only came here in 2013. Like dude's like dude's like super driven and works like he's gonna in the next 2 years he's gonna be a pharmacist. That's remarkable. Like in 7, 8 years, like 10 years, or like let's just say 9 years to go from where he came from to this point. And like that's just one story. Like I've met so many guys. So yeah, they flourish. I mean, Abaddon's married to a Nigerian woman. He knows. Nigerian people have been some of the best when it comes to immigration. So it was shocking to see that, you know, it was very, very shocking to see that would be blocked, you know? So it is what it is. We're trying to get a visa, and then the visa leads to a citizenship. We're trying to get a, you know, a marriage visa, fiance visa. Well, we'll see what happens. It's really immigrants that cause problems. From what I know, it's more like the activity born spoiled from a ton of bad upbringing. Yeah. Well, yeah, most of the stuff is people from here. If you want to look at, I mean, obviously, most of the bad stuff that happens is people from here, because that's where people are. Most of the time, immigrants, when they come here, they're like, yo, like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some bad apples among the crew, you know, that come through. You know, there are some stuff that's bad. There's not everybody's good, whatever the case is. But, you know, it's just like, I don't know, man. Separating families, saying people can't, saying some people can't come here and all that stuff. You know, it's just ridiculous. So I just don't think there was any reason to add. I mean, I think there was no real reason to add Nigeria to the ban list in the first place. Like it's not like, oh man, there was like a terrorist attack. Oh my gosh, these people are creating so many problems in our country. There was no reason to add us in the reasoning for adding Nigeria to the list in the first place was trash. Like it wasn't a good reason. Frank, I would hope that it would be February. That would be like, if it was February or March, I'd be very happy, you know, but we'll see. But like the reasoning for like adding us to that list was just ridiculous in the first place. There was never a good reason in the first place. So we can all talk about if it's gonna be revoked, if it's not. There was never a good reason to add Nigeria to the list in the first place. Those two Nigerian guys did not threaten Jesse. Those two guys were paid. Oh my gosh, man. Who in your family is in Nigeria? Most of my family is. They were paid to do that. They were acting themselves, dude. He paid actors to act. For sure, my parents are immigrants and some of the best and hardworking people I know. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, my parents were immigrants too. My parents worked extremely hard. My mom worked extremely hard. My dad worked hard when he felt like it at times, but yeah, I know he worked hard later. But like, yeah, my parents were, I would say that they were both really hardworking too. So just an unfortunate situation, unfortunate circumstance, but you know, I mean, like, it was to be expected. I mean, I already knew that it wasn't to be expected for Nigeria, but I already knew like these type of things would happen. So just happy that hopefully it comes to an end. Hopefully, we'll see. You have to wait and see. You know. Hey, thank you, Munchie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure that it'll be next year. I'm pretty sure it'll be next year. I'm pretty confident it'll be next year, but you know, there are, I guess, some loopholes around it, but we'll see what happens. Been running errands. FF7 came in the, or FF9 came in the mail today. Stoked. Nice. Nightshade. There you go. What's good, my guy? Given the Metro series a nice track, I kept hearing good things about it. Atmosphere 2033 so far. Nice. There you go. All right, though, boys and girls. We are going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. If you haven't checked out my most recent video, please make sure you watch it. Please make sure you watch it. Please, please, please make sure you watch it. We had a little bit of a lack of views on today's video. Definitely, I think a lot of you guys, it maybe didn't get to your sub feed, or maybe people were just busy. But either way, check out my Sephiroth video. I think it's pretty good. Even if you know, already know about Sephiroth coming to Smash, I think I do a pretty good job of just talking about things in the video. So yeah, I mean, we're not even at 3K views for that one. So let's see if we can get to 3K by tomorrow morning. And thank you guys for all the subscriptions. Thank you guys for all the support. I do appreciate everybody here. You guys are amazing. If you haven't seen I have my reaction to the Nintendo Indie World, so that's up on the channel too. And also, I think some of you guys didn't see my PE news video. I did a PE news video yesterday before the Nintendo Indie World stuff that I think some of you guys missed. Some of you guys missed that content too, so check that out. The last three videos on my channel have been pretty good, so check those out. Okay, guys. All right, so that wraps it up for this video here. I do appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out the links in the description for all your different news and different stuff. We have a lot of stuff for you guys, and watch the videos if you can. And everyone, take care. Thank you guys for the support. You guys are amazing. Everybody that supports, everybody that watches, donates, everybody that's a member, everybody that's came through the Pure Eyes, the mods, everybody that helps out with the stream. You guys are freaking amazing. Today was a great day. I do appreciate you guys supporting the stream. It really means it means a lot to me. Like, it means so much that you guys help out so much. So thank you guys for everything. Honestly, thank you. But all right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today, and we will see you guys back tomorrow. Remember, we have the Nintendo Mr. Sakurai Presents, but we're gonna be tying that into the OJ Live. So we're just going to be talking about the characters. We're going to be just having a hype stream for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to stream tomorrow. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, guys. And then I'll be back with the video tomorrow morning as well. So a video that you guys are going to want to watch. So I got to make content that you guys want to watch. So I'll be brainstorming tonight and making a video that you guys want to watch. Hopefully you guys will want to watch. So, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the stream. You guys are amazing.